Is it on? Yes. How's it going, guys? Daniel Morgan. Hi, Mr. Lone Wolf. How's it going? Rebel by choice. Evening, dude. Oh, it's just jumped. Where are we? I always forget which way it scrolls up and down. Rumble Strip. Howdy. How's it going, man? Justin Lynch. Hi. Hello, dude. Lucian St. Clair. Hi, Mr. Lone Wolf. Sorry, I think it's going... Yeah, they go up the screen. I always read them as if they start going down. Michael Lale. Sup, Wolf. How's it going, dude? What am I doing? Be the next question. Getting a goddamn horse, that's what I'm doing. Tatrin's lucky that it even gets a horse. I just went to put a step deck on this, and yeah. Remembered the hard way that you can't have a saddle low and all that. Wayne Brown, how's it going, bro? I'm not too bad, cheers, dude, how are you? I've hurt my neck a bit. Wow, it is sort of my neck, but I think I've like trapped a nerve or something. It's not too bad, but rather not, to be honest. I don't know if I'm going to bring this with me. I'm going to start in the club, basically. I may as well, now's as good a time as any. Yeah, I'm going to do this Block Gamma mission, because I've been meaning to do it for the last couple of days on a video. Well, I wanted to do Block Gamma and Liftoff. And then a few people have let me know this, but apparently Liftoff is still bugged. So when you finally launch the rocket, you don't get to watch the rocket launch, it just does like a blank screen. And to be honest, I'd quite like to get the footage of it. So a few people have kind of said, and again, thanks for letting me know, it might be worth not doing it yet, and waiting / hoping they do some kind of patch for it. If they don't sort it pretty soon, I'll just have to risk it, and yeah, I don't know, maybe I could, like, if I get the glitch, I could quit and reload the game, but I'm not sure if it'll save when it tries to do a cutscene, plus, I don't know, I'm a little bit more nervous about sort of just turning the game straight off when I'm in the middle of a dodgy bug, if that makes sense. Yeah, so that's why well, like, again, I was going to do this mission yesterday. I've just been, like, going mad around my house, sort of, not just cleaning, but, you know, going through everything, like, just sorting out all my stuff. Well, I say all my stuff. If you count fairy mouses and empty cardboard boxes, the fucking cat owns more stuff than me. Yeah, so that's kind of why I didn't end up getting this done to then get Liftoff done, because I'd kind of like it to work properly. So I figured in the end, sod it, I'll do Block Gamma on the live stream. Yeah, it's a pretty massive mission. I was looking at it yesterday, I even wrote it notes down on my phone trying to plan out the best route and all the rest of it. Yeah, long story short, I was never going to get this whole mission into an hour, so it was one of them where it's either like I do a 2-part video or I edit loads out, and then I thought, to be honest, doing it on a live stream, it'll be a good couple of hours, so yeah, it works out pretty nicely. Rumble Street, how's your ankle? It's not too bad actually, cheers. I got away, like I said, it hurt a bloody lot. I'm surprised I didn't break it, but then after a couple of days, had a bit of a second wind, started hurting again a bit, but yeah, it's not too bad now, cheers. I've been walking around on it and everything. If I wiggle my ankle round, I can still feel a little bit of it's still moaning a bit, but yeah, not too bad. Yeah, not too bad, cheers, man. Michael Lale, sup Wolf, how's it going, dude? Wayne Brown, how's it going, bro? Not too bad, cheers, dude. JS, howdy all. How's it going, dude? What else we got? GM... Oh, Diesel Man, I was just looking at it, I'm like, oh crap, is that like a German name? But no, Diesel Man. Hello Loaf Captain, how's it going, dude? Caleb something. Morning bloke. From South, was that Australia? Joseph Kane, hello Mr. Lone Wolf, what kind of loaf shenanigans are we getting into today? Yeah, that's what we're going to start with, Block Gamma. Rumble Strip, good to hear, I appreciate it, dude. Larry Clagues, sorry. President, humble president. Crook, even Mr. Wolf, how's it going, dude? Yeah, so, for the first part of the mission, I'm gonna do, what is that? I need, well, 1 small pipe and 2 metal beams, but mission is a 2-stager. So, oh, here we go again. Got my remote smacker handy. Yep, that's right, down on the D-pad. Yeah, the second part, I need 2 more small pipes. So with the club, I'm going to go and get 3 small pipes and 2 metal beams. Oh, crap. Well, I know I can, I knew I couldn't fit it on the 8 slot, but I can't take the club, can I? Because I needed a crane. I was going to wear some cargo like a hat. Or, I don't know, it's a bit of a pain in the ass. Okay. I was originally going to use a dolphin for it, and now I remember why. Could try and tow this behind me. Problem is, I wanted to tow this thing. Oh well, that just... What have we got there? We got something with a crane here. Oh, iceberg, please have a crane, or Zik. Oh no, Zik's ain't having a bloody crane, but nope. Damn. Okay. Plan B on that one. That went wrong pretty quick, went wrong before we started. Oh, I'm gonna need something then, yeah, with a crane. It's gonna have to be the old dolphin. That time of the week again, welcome back, Aussie man, I appreciate it, dude. It is that time. I've been, well, again, I wasn't purposely skipping the videos, it was just each day I was kind of mid-session on cleaning and all the rest of it, and then I was like, well, I'll get round to it, and yeah, just kept going. I'm going to need, what is it, a saddle high for the 8 slot. It's the one, where's the crane? Gee, that sits pretty close to the saddle. Get out of the way, club. I'll have to use this for something else, quite looking forward to the club. But, yeah, he's looking. He even had a loaf on his head. That's how prepared he was. But, I'm surprised really as well the club can't have a crane, because it certainly looks like there'd be enough room and everything. Out of the way. Feel it when I was throwing square bales the other day. Oh, what are you, pulled a muscle or trapped a nerve or something? Join the gang. Oh my god. Oversensitive reverse in there. Just, oh, you had to do it in the game. And so that had some juice in it. Oh yeah, and this trailer sits a lot lower. Definitely would have been better. There's no other way, is there? No. Oh, where? Let's just go with this, we'll see. If it all goes tits up, try something else. Oh yeah, I would like to bring... Let's get out of there, because the Tatrin will be a dick to winch. I think this trailer's awkward with it as well. Remember last week... Oh, sorry man. Jumped up too quick. With Phoenix, it was 8-wheel steering. How's a little old couch destroying us? Like what? He's all good. Cheers, he's floating around somewhere. Because it's getting hotter, well, it's already been extremely hot. He's molting like crazy, which is, yeah, driving me mad. Because like I said, he's half ragdoll and half Persian, so he has stupidly fine hair that you can barely see. You just feel it sticking to your eyelids and all sorts, especially when it's hot and I'm kind of, you know, not necessarily sweaty, but sort of sticky, moist. What a word. Yeah, so his hair just sticks everywhere, man. Drives me mad. And it never ends. Oh yeah, I don't really need that trailer anymore. Is it going to attach the right one? Nope. You could have put money on it. Gotta detach it before I delete it. Fly trailer. You weren't even free range. You dead. Without the matrix. Moist. Is a fine word. 8 slot does make for more fun. It doesn't. That's one reason I was kind of hoping to use the Club, because it sits the trailer nice and high. Oh yeah, I'm towing this thing behind me. It would have made more sense towing this with the Club, since they've both got like the advanced special gearbox. So, is the trailer still doing the thing where it doesn't let you... What the hell? A delayed reaction on rolling forward there. Oh, it is letting me winch to it. It's a rare treat. The reason I'm taking the... what's it called? Patra, that's the one. Later on in the mission, well, I need to get 2 medium pipes. Well, I need 1 medium pipe. I need to use 1 to swap to a large pipe. But to get the medium pipes, I need small pipes. I mean, it's so obvious. Why do I even need to explain it? Everybody knows small pipes make medium pipes that make large pipes. If you add some metal rolls, that's the rules. Is the year 2 pass worth it? I have no idea yet, dude. All I've got from it is the... well, actually, I paid for them separately. The Tatras, which... in and of themselves, yeah, I wouldn't say they are worth getting. That thing behind me, like I said, it's not got a saddle low. You can have a crane on it. It's got the advanced special gearbox, so it's slow. It's not got chained. Or has it? No, sorry, that one has got chain. There was something else that's missing. Yeah, I haven't got any of the maps or anything yet, though. I mean, overall, to be fair, assuming it's at least 2 maps and then 4 more phases, etc., it probably is worth it. Because if it's 20 quid and you're going to get at least 8 maps, then yeah, it's only like £1.25 a map or whatever, which... yeah, you could easily go to the pub and spend, you know, 20 quid season pass in an hour or so. 5600 TS would be better than an 8 slot. Oh yeah, true. That's what I was supposed to try for something actually. I think I've got other stuff I can try that with, but yeah, I remember you mentioned that. It's not the size of the pipe, it's how you use it. Exactly. Although the large pipe, unsurprisingly, is longer. Well, it's close, see? Load bails off and gives you a second chance. He's a goddamn horse of a vehicle. Swings himself round. And he's ready to jump back on. Admittedly, it's not the most suitable of angles, but get him on there. We'll sort them out at the yard. Stay on my load. Direct order. Darren Russell, hello, Mr. Lone Wolf. What time is it? What's the time, Mr. Wolf? It's pretty funny, actually. I think you're the first to say that. 10 to 3, if you're actually wondering what the time is. You brought the Tatra pack. You've locked yourself out of the year 2 pass. They must have fixed it, dude, unless it was never broken on the PS thing, but, yeah, I heard that as well, and I was like, oh, well, shit. And, yeah, I went to look in the, whatchamacallit, the PlayStation Store, and it still said $19.99 or whatever it was for the, help if I'm looking where I'm going. Yeah, so I assume they've fixed that. Oh, this is going to go horribly wrong, you know it. So the problem is, I didn't go wide enough. Too late now. multi-purpose, that gearbox that has no high and no low. No, I don't. Oh no, yeah, multi-purpose might be actually. Yeah, it's the fine tune that's the other one, isn't it? Like where it's just makes reverse slow. That's the main thing I hate about fine tune. I can handle the low gears being slow. I don't like how it makes the reverse gear slow. Because then every time I try and jump back from... Oh, this has probably gone horribly wrong as well. Every time I try and jump back from reverse to auto, it goes too slow and then I don't make it to auto and then it crunches the gear and goes back into reverse. And then I go reversing off the side of a mountain or something. I know I cut the Tatra loose, it was being a dick. Right. Well, I'm gonna get them pipes on. Have to move your horse. What? One day, change truck will make sense on this game, but today is not that day. Yeah, it has no high or low, but strong auto gears. The multi-purpose, yeah, I did use it. I remember when it first came out. If I remember correctly, though, yeah, I wasn't a fan. I think it was like the missing high range. Mainly, I can live without the like low plus and all that, but it was the high range missing that was just like, nah. That didn't go too well. Let's grab this one then. Yeah, and like I said, with the fine tune, it's just the slowness. So I still use the advanced special, and then obviously in the other trucks, like, well, you've not got the multi-purpose and that in the like the highway ranges, but it's got the fine tune. And yeah, I still use like the the highway gearbox. I saw something like a local co-op. Is that true? I don't know what. Is it considerably faster than advanced special? So I like it. Yeah, that's good. But like I said, I'm too in the habit of ramming it in the high. It's like part of, yeah. Like I'm just too used to it. So when the high's gone, I'm trying to ram it in the high, and it's not there. That 8 slot is atrocious. It's pretty bad. I mean, I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume they didn't really have an 8 slot in mind when they started this game. It certainly doesn't belong on the map at all. Like, sits too low, it's too long to go round corners, it catches everything. It does feel like, yeah, they just added it in afterwards because there must have been demand for a bigger trailer, and yeah, that's it. It just doesn't really work very well on the map. I mean, again, I suppose I'm glad they added it, as in, like, it's nice to have the option. It's a pretty terrible option, but I still like the choice, so it's pretty cool in that sense that they added it. They're adding a towing platform for a new truck called the Tatra Force in Phase 5. It's currently being tested here on the PTS. Towing platform. Now, what's the trailer made of? Like a tungsten trailer or something. One moving for shit. Wish they made the fuel tanks on the 8 slot functional. True, if they're going to be there and potentially catch on stuff, it'd be nice. Small pipe. 2 of those. They're the ones I'm going to swap to medium. Oh yeah, cargo. And then, which one am I going to wear on my head? I may as well wear one of the small pipes on my head, because that'll be for the second. mission. 2 of them. Ooh. 1 on the loading platform. Just curious, I don't think this will do a lot because the crane's gutless, but we'll see. Can I get the loaf up there? Yep. Oh my god, that was my fault. Get out of the way too early. That crane actually did, that's one of the best performances I've seen it do in about the last 6 months. It's not even an exaggeration. Normally it just can't lift the load at all. Just don't use the 8 slot in Smithville. True, yeah, don't like going around that dam. Well, say don't like. You probably don't is the better explanation there. In fact, I think I did get an 8 slot round there once, but I kind of got mad with it, tipped it sideways, smashed into it with collobs and all sorts. Like, if you had cargo on it, that obviously wouldn't be there anymore. But it was just that dam needed to know that in an emergency situation, I will get an 8 slot over there. Might as well just drive out onto the road, because I'm trying to road train. And then again, I'm sucker for convenience. No bloody wind quest, of course not. Looks like bugs kicked in. But I think the auto 5.5 functions as well as high gear. So this is what I mean. And to top it off, I don't know if they did this on purpose, but there's a lamppost with a little concrete tosser attached to it on 90% of corners in this game, probably more than 90%. Well, like a 90-degree corner, not like a little sweeping bend. So yeah, that's like a big part of what makes the 8 slot's such a pain in the arse. Is like every time you go around a corner, it just catches. Like I said, if it was just a lamppost, it wouldn't be too bad. But they've got these little concrete square things as like a little support for the lamppost and the telegraph pole or whatever. Yes, thank God it was the right one. The problem with leaving 57 million vehicles out everywhere, it takes a while to find the right one. Don't forget to pack your loaf. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, cheers, man. There's a freestyle in it for a minute there. Yeah, this is like what I mean. This Tatra, it just feels slow. Like this is absolutely flat out alright, or it wasn't quite thick, but you know what I mean. It's bloody slow. And there's no amount of squeezing the throttle can make it go faster. At least in certain situations, the Dolphin can get a move on. And if it's going to be slowed down by terrain, then so be it. But the Tatra's going to be slowed downhill with the wind behind it on tarmac. I'm going to say the bloody throttle seems pretty goddamn sensitive tonight. Taking it easy there. Make sure the loaf don't go flying off the front. We got him. Right. Is it going to let me? No. But I did try doing it to like this winch point instead. Oh, it's still not letting me. Which is game. Which should sort some fucking bugs out. I know that much. See how it flashes the winch point up on the front of the Tatra? Just for a split second if... Oh, it didn't that time. It did on that side one though. What about that one? No, see it flashed up though. It sort of knows it's there, it gives you the option. Alright, let's try that winch point. Nope. So I can attach to the trailer this way. go without it. See, that's the annoying thing though, like, at least if I was editing a video, I could just edit out this bit, but essentially I'm going to drive down here now, and then later on I'm going to get that Tatra and do, oh shit, do the exact same journey, which I would have just been able to do it all in one, but yeah, same bug that's been in the game for about a year. August the 24th, what's that for, dude? July. Oh, what? Is that when the Season 2's coming out? When did Phase 1 of Season 1 come out? Can anyone remember? It must have been... I think it was a good couple of months after the game came out, weren't it? Because first they dropped Rift. Disappointing. IMO, maybe I had high expectations. What's that, with the game or the next season? You can bully it wherever you want with the modded Antarctic. Yeah, true. The old the Azov iceberg. That's one of my favourite things about it. There's just plenty of torque and like muscle to the truck. Because that's what a lot of these, to me, feel a little bit gutless compared to what I imagine they would be in real life. And I know they've got to balance things the way they do to give the game the feel they're aiming for and all the rest of it, but yeah, kind of one of the last things I'd expect a truck to run out of is kind of torque and low end, yeah, the good stuff, the stuff you can hear the Dolphin bleeding profusely right now, which is, again, it's, I mean, it almost sounds like with the engine revving really high and how slow I'm going, right there, it's almost like a clutch thing again, like it's a slippy clutch. Yeah, August 24th, Season 2, even the dev said so. I appreciate that. Cheers for the info. What we are, so it's about a month away then. Is it the 24th today? Oh no, 25th, wow, close enough. So, yeah, that's not too bad then. So yeah, I'm just trying to think before we, I mean, I'm not really, I've got a few videos left to make, but not a crazy amount. But yeah, I'll bring some more good stuff. I wonder if they will patch that lift-off mission, or if they'll just forget it. I hope not, because I'd like to get the video of it. I've seen something, the new Tatra 813. That's the thing I was just towing behind me a minute ago. Multi-purpose gearbox, I think it feels designed for those instead of advanced special. Up to you though. Yeah, I think it is instead of advanced special. Like I said, it's just, I think, yeah, that's the one that's missing the high range. It's too much of a cost. It's weird how the multi-purpose, like the auto section of it, does go faster than the advanced special. I do remember that, but yeah, it doesn't have a high gear, and it's like, you'd think if anything it was the other way around, but obviously they added the advanced special first. Probably didn't have the multi-purpose in mind back then. I don't know what they didn't have in mind. But some things do feel like they were an afterthought. Not, I don't necessarily mean that in a bad way. Oh yeah, fuel. See, that's why you get yourself a loaf. Come on, remote. What kind of sadist is it? You just have to smack it and it lets me use it again. Unpack. Goddamn professional. Old Bigfoot 4x4 in the game. Major fuel usage. True. You mean like Bigfoot as in the monster truck? Oh yeah, I can go straight up there. There's a, what do you call it? Step there. Can we get in high? pushing it a little bit. Oh, dolphin. Thumbs good though. Made it. To be fair, I was going to cut Tatra loose down there anyway, because that's going to have to go off to the warehouse in the corner. I might have another chance to tow the Tatra behind me with probably like a ramped flatbed on the front truck, so it might be a little bit more forgiving with the winches. You need a new controller, true. I do, I'm absolutely milking the crap out of this one. To be fair, if I was playing a game like Call of Duty or whatever, obviously I'd have to get rid of the remote. I couldn't risk like sort of a fast-paced online PvP game having that happen, but I can just about get away with beating the remote to within an inch of its life on yeah, on SnowRunner. But you're right, I could do with... I have got other remotes here, it's just, I don't know. Well, I've already got these little, like, cheap version of Control Freaks over the analog sticks. There'll be an awful lot of time and effort to move them over to another controller, so... Oh yeah, crap, I'm gonna have to smash through all this again. Oh no. Don't you dare take my metal beams off me. Wrangler come in at some point, all the hints they have about it. Oh really? Jeep Wrangler, yeah. I wonder if it'll be any good or not. Oh crap, yeah, I've got to get the 8 slot around this corner. Oh joy. I really, like, don't get why they made everything in the way like this. Definitely a bit of a weird choice. I can't go forwards, I can't go backwards. That is a genius move by the devs. It's very cunning. Got dynamic gameplay again. Everybody knows in real life this is what truckers have to do. Winch and rally over random stacks of pipes that have been left in the middle of the roadway of factories. See it on YouTube all the time. Right now, in fact. Use a small truck to go in and out of there, true. Thought has crossed my mind. It's just more the principle of like, well, that. Try and put stuff in my way. Now it just makes me want to smash through it. And I still go back to my original point. In real life, I'd happily send a truck in and clear the way. Well, I think if you remember back, I cleared the way twice, 3 times over already, hence the trucks in front. It's just every time you reload the map, it re-adds all that shit back in the way. Trailer getting out of the way afterwards. Well, let's drop some stuff. Oh no, because this is going to have to be here for, what do you call it, stage 2. Well, I could still do with a bloody trailer getting out of the way though. Jesus, they really didn't design this bit very well. Right. What we'll do quickly, just stick small pipes on the trailer. Of course, next it'll probably say impossible to load. Bloody hell. Get this out of the way as much as we can. We'll do. Right, that's one down. It wasn't too bad. At least now I have kind of smashed my way through there, so it shouldn't be as bad the next time. I forget which way the map's... Where's my oh yeah. Right, the Tatra's there. Can we use the Colob for anything? I would like to. I don't think there is, you know. I was just looking on my little list I'd worked out. I can have a sideboard on this, can't I? Yeah. Let's take one of these on. So, next part I'm going to do... oh, have I even done this one up? No, I haven't. That's funny, this one doesn't get the multi-purpose. Never really noticed or thought about it, to be honest, but it ain't there in the list anyway. Next big thing, best pack job ever. It went better than it could have. I've certainly seen it go a lot more horrifically bad than that. Where's me refract? That's the one. Load, of course. Which the screen could show more comments at once. Same here, man. There's well, I can look next time, but I'm pretty damn certain that there'll be no way for me to change it. To be honest, I don't even know how the comments appear there. Thankfully, I just click start broadcasting on the PlayStation and it does this, which is very convenient because I really don't know what the hell I'm doing. So, yeah. But I can look, like I said, next time if there's a way that I can kind of edit how big the comments are, or if I can fit more on the screen or what. I never knew that about the Tatra. I just seen the last half of that comment. I didn't see what it is that the Tatra can do. Sour Potato, hi, how's it going, dude? Good news, this comment is pointless, so you don't need to read it. This fucking crane rotation speed is pointless. Unfortunately, I do have to use it. Joseph, hi, how's it going, dude? Let's get a bit of daylight up in here. It's available on that truck, very worth using if you want speed. What is that like, one of the gearboxes then? Where have we got? Oh yeah. So basically, what there's one of the things I need is bricks. So I'm gonna have to go back to there to get 6 package sand, down to, well, drop them off, then go to here to get 6 cement, then drop them off, turn them into bricks, and then obviously take them to that place. Then what's the concrete slabs? I've got to build them. I think you can go to, what do you call it, Cosmodrome, and I'm sure at the trailer store or something there is concrete slabs, but the mission I did on this plant restoration, I believe I can build concrete slabs there and large pipes, and I'm going to have to go and build a large pipe anyway. Well, I could get that from the farm on Cosmodrome, but since I did a mission to unlock a building that builds that stuff, and then this is kind of the mission, but that's why they made it all that way, I may as well try and build it if I can. If anything goes too awkwardly wrong, I can always, I'll go Cosmodrome and do it that way. Trailers look tiny compared to the 6. This thing does look pretty, the run flatbed. Don't look that big. Going with QM. Hello, Mr. Wolf. How's it going, dude? Is hating gaming games a requirement to be a game dev now, or just a bonus? There are some decisions I genuinely, like, for my own interest, like, almost interview a dev and just say, what the hell were you thinking on this, and this? Like, what? How did an entire team of you suggest this? And then none of you slapped each other and said, what the hell are you thinking? That's what you got to remember. An entire room of people approved some of the decisions, and not one of them realised that that would be terrible. Find a way to get wedged. Couldn't resist. Why do you pack Scout on top of the truck? I didn't even know you could do that. Because the loaf's a goddamn professional. It's extra fuel, repair points, spare winch. Like if I tip over, there's a pretty bloody high chance the loaf is going to land either on its wheels or at an angle where you can start the engine and get it to its wheels, and then it could flip the Zix back to its wheels. So yeah, it's just like all kinds of options with a loaf. Personally, I would say a loaf specifically. I don't know about any other Scout. I've never tried, never needed to. I mean, I assume the same concept would work for like roof rack and that, although stuff like the Dom 71 has got a roof rack that's half the size. The Loaf's got a massive roof rack, 300, like twice the size of the Tatrin and all sorts, so yeah, I would definitely recommend a Loaf. Goddamn beast. Winch the truck. Yes. Oh, I'm surprised it didn't just flip package sand everywhere then, just because it could. It's probably devs getting hired at a studio and not actually having a passion for that specific type of gameplay. True, some elements of this game, you can tell whoever designed it, like, knows this kind of game, or not knows it, because it's a bit of a unique game, but I don't know, they, like, clearly have a passion for it. Like, there's, yeah, many aspects of this game that are incredibly good. But yeah, there is some things where I think you're probably right. It's like someone who just, they're there for a paycheck, this game doesn't really interest them, they've not really thought it through. That's why a lot of the mods are very good, because they're built pretty much only by people who enjoy the game enough as a customer and play the hell out of it. And yeah, they obviously know, like, oh, it'd be cool if the game had this, that, etc. Do you know what? I don't think it's me getting stuck. I've got a feeling it's that. Turn. Oh, probably help if I turn the engine on. Give it a second chance. Yeah, I was going to say, the Zig's definitely got through here before. The devs are a bit trollish. Yeah, I think there's an element of trollishness as well, definitely. But yeah, some things I think are just bad decisions, like objectively not a good choice really, but it is what it is. Again, I think it's a very good game. Like, I don't criticise it because I hate the game. If anything, it's like, it's just sort of what's left to discuss in a way. Like, obviously the good points are the good points. It's the bad points that you sort of want to hash out and hopefully they fix and so on. Teamwork, because none of us are as stupid as all of us. True, I heard something the other day that was pretty profound when you think about it, and it said it's harder. Oh, well, no, sorry, I'll start it this way. It's easier to be the best at something than it is to be the worst at something. And when you think about it, it's true. Like, somebody in the world is such a fuck up that you couldn't possibly get it as wrong as they have, if that makes sense. Like, it would be easier to become the best in the world at something than it is to be the worst, because I think to be the worst at something is just a gift. Some people have got it. See, between like auto and high-low, there's no difference in sound, no difference in speed. I've said it before, but I generally think they behave like they are the same gear. The only thing I do think, though, why I do try high-low, is I do believe you kind of get a little grip bonus, or of some kind anyway, something, when you go into the low ranges. But as far as speed-wise, look, you can, like, there's literally, they're identical. Rockman is probably some minimum wage intern. True. One of those enthusiastic ones, like, just been hired and he's fresh in the workforce, and he's like, yep, needs to put in a good day's work. A good day is scattering rocks all over the bloody place. I mean, it's good to be productive at work, but I used to work at this warehouse and doing like picking stuff and so on. And it was, like, in my mind, a bit of a temporary job in that sense. Anyway, not because of what it was. I like that sort of, like, manual labour work. Preferably, I wouldn't do good at just sitting in an office all day. But yeah, I don't know. It was one of them. It was like I didn't have my heart set on the job or anything like that. I was just there to earn a bit of money while it was just one of those things with not doing landscaping at that point or anything. And yeah, I had a pretty good pick rate, like one of the best, and not because I was trying to be the best, it's just, I tend to find that if you work somewhere, a good piece of advice is sort of make yourself as indispensable as you can. So, long story short, if someone was going to get sacked, it probably wasn't going to be me, in terms of a, like, how much work do they get done perspective anyway. But yeah, then some of the managers started, like, bullying the staff there. The amount of staff that quit and new staff taken on every week was, like, insane. The managers were complete wankers. But a lot of the people that got employed there were kind of like late teens, early 20s, a little bit sort of quiet and shy and all that. Yeah, I was definitely past all that. So, and then they started giving me shit, even though I was doing better rates than everyone else. But the important thing is, they kind of learned that other people had kind of given up and didn't give a shit what their pick rate was or anything. I still gave enough of a shit to be like, well, I'd like to reach 100 an hour and blah blah blah. So they knew that cracking the whip on me might actually gain something, whereas they knew cracking the whip on some other people, they'd just be like, oh well. And but yeah, like I said, then they started like bullying a lot of stuff. They're calling this woman who works in the cash room, saying she was too fat and that, which was pretty harsh, because I'll be honest, she wasn't skinny, but she wasn't exactly huge. And she sat there all day at the till, sorting the money out and everything, like a warehouse where it's like where shops buy their stuff from. So you couldn't just go in as like a customer off the street. You had to get like apply and yeah, like wholesalers or whatever. Yeah, so then, it's like a minimum wage job. So I was certainly like, I wasn't desperate to keep it. Like, you're not legally allowed to pay me any less than what you do. So if you think I'm going to stay for the money, you are wrong. And yeah, it's quite a fun bit of back and forth for the next year. Whilst they bullied staff, I kind of bullied them. And eventually I told one of the managers he was full of shit. I was going to quit anyway, but I just realised if I told him he was full of shit, I'd get a disciplinary, and then I'd get suspended with pay for a week or two, which I did. So I got a week or two's free wages. It was either I quit, or tell some wanker he's a wanker. Get paid 2 weeks for it. Right, sold. But yeah, I don't even know why I started that rant. I think what I was trying to say is, yeah, it's not always a good thing to be very productive and high-spirited at work. Because the right type of tosser will see that and take advantage of it. But at the same time, like I said, try and make yourself indispensable. You don't want to be the first one they want to cut loose. You've got to find that balance. It's a good game to play when having a newborn to look after. I'm sure they keep your hands full with that one. Our dream. It's that like Russian, not my dream, our dream. When the revolution comes, they will be the first against the wolf. Who's that? Some like politicians and that, I hope. It's the ones that deserve it. Any news stories, Wolf? What about new ones? I don't think I've made them. I'm trying to think. I'll tell you what I did do the other day that was pretty stupid. It was, you know, after all that hail, like out the back of my flat, there's like, yeah, I've said a truck recovery yard, and they've just had a big new metal kind of farm building looking thing, garages, whatever. It sort of, yeah, it reminds me of like a farm building to park the trucks. Obviously that hail nailed it down. It dented my brother's car, dented my dad's car. Yeah, smashed. It smashed, by the way, through this little canopy thing on my granddad's shed. It didn't smash through the shed roof, but it split the felt in a lot of places where it hit the roof. And out in the back garden, which half the back garden is mine, half is my granddad's. Or my grandma and granddad, so I just gave them the whole garden because they like their plants and all the rest of it. Yeah, there's a bench outside, and even it's a plastic bench, but even that, the hailstone smashed into the first layer of plastic on that bench. It's a 3-seater bench, so it's got to be pretty strong. Yeah, so anyway, my mum came round for a coffee. While I was stood in the kitchen, this is slightly random, but about 4 years ago, when my mum was helping my grandparents clear some stuff out, there's a pair of binoculars, and Mum's like, oh, here you go, have these, which I was kind of like, oh, cheers, but it's all like, what do I need binoculars for? So I came upstairs, put them on the fridge, and they've lived there for the last 4 years, never touched them. And by some chance, because I've been tidying the last few days, I just kind of seen them and remembered, like, oh yeah, they're binoculars. And then anyway, yeah, my mum come around for a coffee, and she's like, oh, I wonder if the hail dented the roof of that building out in their yard. So I was like, oh, I don't know. I was like, oh, I've got binoculars there. I'll have a look. And anyway, I put them up to my head, and as I was trying to look through them, I was like, fucking hell, these are pretty narrow. I was like, you might have to have right fucking narrow eyes to see through them. And yeah, I was trying to get them worked out. And then I didn't take the caps off, took the caps off and everything. Went to look through them. And honestly, I was trying to zoom in on like 1% of the roof of this building. Whereas, yeah, I had the binoculars the wrong fucking way around. So instead, the entire building was like an inch big, about a foot in front of me. Yeah, that's why I didn't need narrow eyes. I was just looking at it like the wrong way. In my defence, the binoculars look they look wrong when you hold them the right way. Every other set of binoculars goes wider. Like the end that you put your eyes in is the narrower end of the binoculars. These work the other way. So yeah, I was trying to look, well, like I said, shrank the entire building down to about an inch. I don't know if it did dent the roof in the end. I couldn't quite tell. Yeah, I was thinking of some stories the other day. The thing is, a lot of them, it's like, I don't know if I really want to, do I really want to stay on YouTube? The internet's forever. I had a thought, what if the red limiters weren't actually the problem, but the fact that the trucks lacked low-down torque? It could be. Like, I honestly don't know either way. I feel like either way though, rev caps are there somewhere, but yeah, like it could also be like a lack of torque, low down. I mean, that's like, for example, when you go into high gear, obviously it probably won't let me right now. To be fair, I don't know. It might just be quicker to cut that Tatra loose and make me go like 2 miles an hour, but am I going to get into like... Can't get out of 5th gear, 2nd gear anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, just changed the bloody Tatra. Yeah, high gear though, you can obviously like, you get higher revs and higher speed, and what I feel is like the highest torque. That's why I like high gear the most. That's probably one reason as well. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of this Tatra because it is a slow truck and it doesn't feel that powerful. But then again, this Zix feels plenty powerful enough, and that still sits at slow speed and all the rest of it. So there still could be like a factor though where with each given truck, like they have say half the torque of their maximum capacity when they're at low speeds, but it's just the Zix might have a lot more torque to begin with. But yeah, long story short, I mean that Tatra, I think it'd be nice to try that Tatra with the high range gearbox, because I do believe with that you'll get more speed and more torque, like more momentum and inertia kind of built up with it, and I think it'd be good for that truck. SnowRunner, I think, nice story. Cheers, man. Excuse me. It's very worth using multi-purpose in that Tatra. No high gear, but I think you'll still like it. I'll give it a go at some point, but to be honest, I don't use the Tatra a lot anyway, because to me it's kind of like the Dolphin, but yeah, just slower, and I don't know, I'd sort of rather take this Zix if I'm gonna go out in something that's got the advanced special, etc. I think the Zix is just outperforms that Tatra in like every way. I've been here before. Get it into high. Get a bit more of a run up. I reckon I could. I tried that Tatra in Zimnegors, not that great in deep mud, so I'm not a fan. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not a terrible truck, it's just not that great. I find it just kind of a bit average. Right, I think the Dolphin's better than it. I kind of put it somewhere around, I don't know, sort of the Paystar, like the old Paystar, I don't know, White Western Star, the Voron D. Ooh, shit, turning the wrong way. Yeah, I don't know, I don't think it's a contender for like this Zix, Dolphin, Tega, Voron Grad. probably the Voron AE. I don't like the steering on the Voron AE, but it is objectively a pretty solid truck. Yeah, I don't really know what it does that's that great. And like I said, on top of that, it's got no saddle low and etc. It's just, yeah. The only thing it's got over the Dolphin is it's got a roof rack, and it is good on fuel. I'll give it that. But again, if it's travelling, let's just say half the speed of the Dolphin, it needs a fuel tank twice the size just to cover the same distance as the Dolphin. As if it's using the same 20 litres a minute, but it's going half the speed, I'm obviously going to get half the distance on 200 litres. So that's where I'm saying again, in certain situations, like the Dolphin is more fuel economic than some people would think. Obviously on the wrong kind of mission, the Dolphin is terrible on fuel, relatively speaking. I'll be honest though, I mean this thing's used 380 litres, well obviously it's still got 50 left, but it's, yeah, that's what I mean, like this has got a much bigger fuel tank and all the rest of it, but it goes so much slower than the Dolphin that I've covered a similar distance by the time I had to refuel my Dolphin earlier with a load. And even now, for example, if I had a Dolphin behind me instead of a Tatra, I'd probably have a little bit more speed now, because I kind of feel like the back-end truck of the road train, it makes it go slower than the gearboxes will allow, but at least the high-range gearbox is a faster set of gearboxes. Corners. I've not seen a lamppost like right on the inside of it. Still cut the corner and off and whatnot. Consider a good job there wasn't a lamppost on the inside. Well, that can sit there anyway, doesn't really matter. Just saves me unpacking the load. It looks like I already kind of poached the Azov. There's another, it's a little thing, but what I like about this Zix is pretty good at shoving that trailer out of the way. It can almost turn it to the point where it's flush, and I have tipped a Zix before reversing the ramp flatbed, but again, I think this Zix has got a better chance of shoving the trailer around than like that Tatra. And that's where, yeah, if you're going to go into the advanced special set of gearboxes, I'd rather a big chunky truck like the Kolob and so on as well. Yeah, I think I need 6 cement from here. Some fuel from there, or free-range trailer. Luckily, you don't have to take that Tatra back with us. I'm supposed to stick one on there, but treat the self-loading platform. Just bought SnowRunner a few weeks ago, and I've probably watched 20 of your videos. Awesome stuff. I appreciate it, dude. Glad you're enjoying the game. Like I said, it's a very, very good game overall. Certainly squeezed a lot of hours out of it, I know that. Cherno was my favourite map and Fades 4 had good balance too. Yeah, I agree. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm on that map now. I'm quite glad that that block, Alpha, Beta and Gamma was on this map out of all of them. Cosmodome's not too bad either. It's got a few little places that are a bit iffy, but yeah. Erskine River's probably third. Like, I don't know. Northern Aegis, I wouldn't go as far as to say it's grown on me, but at least once I've got all the roadblocks and that done, it is easier to travel around the map. But especially that it hasn't got a, what you call it, like a garage, sort of really doesn't help. Probably should have turned around first before loading them up. It shouldn't be too bad with this, but yeah. I suppose a tip is obviously there's a chance I could flip the trailer now reversing, whereas if I turn around first before the cargo was on. Just thinking about it. See it jiggling around. Let's get some daylight. Haven't heard of That's What She Said comment yet. Have you not? I've already made a couple of them, I think. I'm sure I can squeeze a few more in. That's what she said. There you go. Pretty efficient. Oh yeah, bricks. While I'm here, I can actually change to that. Drop things off quickly. So I mean, it's just like, I always get that feeling when I jump from this, like, dropping the hammer a bit more. So I'm going to go and grab, just get this out of the way. Yeah, I need to get metal rolls, bring some there to change the small pipes to medium pipes. Bricks, yeah, we've got them out. All the way. Again, should be a bit quicker on the way back. I like the twin steer Max. I don't think I've used that, because Fox's twice twin steer, I've got a couple of them, I like it. So I don't need a replacement for that anymore. That's, I suppose, as I've been working through the mods, like once I find one that I like, just, yeah, I'm sort of good at it. It's like JB's P16. There's been a few other people that have made P16 since then, and the Max version probably has got one, and so on. Like, I mean, overall, the Max pack, I think, is pretty cool. It's a little bit rough around the edges, but they offer like every engine. I like that it's every engine in the game as well. They've got a few of their own custom engines, but I like, for example, if I've got a Max Loaf, I could put the KZ GT engine in the Loaf, and I could try all the other in-game engines, so I definitely like that about it. Certainly a bit of a nightmare choosing tyres on the Max pack, because I don't know, there's about 4,000 different types of tyres, and the speed it lets me scroll through them on the PS4 is painfully slow. Which, yeah, it's not really the Max mod's fault, it's just still trying to choose chain tyres or even muds that are, of course, right at the fucking bottom of the list. Yeah, a bit of a pain. Feels way too slow with the demand special, like Azov's 64131 speeds maybe. Yeah, exactly, like, yeah, like John versus the Dolphin, they're very similar trucks, but I would, any day of the week, I choose the Dolphin because it's just, it's John, but with a high range gearbox. That's pretty much the only difference. John's better on fuel, etc. But again, it goes so much slower that got more fuel, but it takes longer to get everywhere, so you still use relatively like more of it with the Dolphin. I did it in a little video a while ago where I flew down the runway on White Valley, like just down and back, and I think the Dolphin and John both used 11 litres of fuel, or sorry, the Dolphin might have used 12 and John used 11, but Dolphin took about a minute, John took about 2 minutes, so for me personally, I'd rather 1 litre of fuel more gone, and I've just saved an entire, I've saved 1 minute out of 2 minutes. That's literally, yeah, 100% quicker. just at the cost of a bit of extra fuel. So sticking a loaf on the roof or towing one behind me still works out a lot more time efficient. And like I said, it'd be nice to try the Tatra with a high range gearbox, because I just think it suited quite well. I know it would make it, again, similar to the Dolphin, but then I suppose as we've just been talking, right now the Tatra's similar to John, but I'd rather John than the Tatra, to be honest. I only used the Tatra a bit recently, obviously because it's a new vehicle, but I'm not exactly thrilled to be getting it out each time. I think it's awesome that people are still being attracted to the game. Yeah, exactly. It's had a longer life, I suspect, than they planned for as well. Even when you think like it used to not have save slots, like, you know, 4 different slots or whatever. There's just a few things they kind of changed to help the longevity of the game a bit that I think people were demanding that they didn't add originally, because I kind of think they just thought, you know, the game will... I don't mean it as in an afterthought, it'll just come and go. By the way, I've seen IDK. Hi, how's it going, dude? Yeah, they... You know, it's just generally a game's life cycle is like 3 to 6 months, and then it just sort of fades away. Whereas this one's actually done pretty well to kind of keep going. Especially, well, over a year, now we're going into Season 2, so... I've got a feeling they didn't already have Season 2 planned when they first launched this game. I bet they were probably just going to sort of see how Season 1 does, and the fact that, like, say, people are still interested in the game. But it is a unique game. I got MudRunner, like, a year or 2 after it came out. And then obviously I was, like, hooked on MudRunner then, and by then all the videos on YouTube and that were a bit old. That's where I sort of came across TC Gaming, just looking at some of the mods that I couldn't have. So you can basically get up, well, you can't get up this hill. I'm surprised it's letting me there, but it's less steep here. It's that, you look like the first bit of the hill. It's normally there you get stuck. But yeah, you've got those rocks at the side, that's what really bites you. If I could clear them permanently, I would actually consider it there. Because yeah, stuff like the Colob, obviously, if I brought the Colob, there's that hill to get up, this thing. The P16 I got stuck, well, the load towed it up there because it's got that horse, but it was those rocks that stopped the P16. Might be one of the better trucks in the game. Which one was that, sorry? Did the P512 have all-wheel drive in real life? Absolutely no idea. It'd be cool if it did have all-wheel drive on here, because I quite like the P512. So it's sort of a little bit like a slimmer, leaner, smaller version of the P16. I still, if I had to choose, I'd choose the P16, but the P512 would be sort of, I don't know, just when you quickly fly in somewhere, it's a little bit, yeah, more neat and compact. P16, that's for the big jobs. Whip that out for the biggies. Not sure, that's a good question. I'd imagine, to be honest, there must be an option to buy a P512 with all-wheel drive in real life. I'd be amazed if a truck like that just didn't even come with the option of all-wheel drive, but you never know. Like, for example, the Twin Steer was 4-wheel drive. I know they made it all-wheel drive now, but I don't know if you can buy that in all-wheel drive in real life, but I did see a YouTube video where somewhere was converting one from 4-wheel drive to 8-wheel drive. So they obviously bought it not all-wheel drive, forgive me, and then regretted that. And yeah, kind of got an aftermarket company to sort that out. But again, I would have thought you could buy a Twin Steer brand new with all-wheel drive, because it's just such an odd thing to make a truck like that, but then not make it all-wheel drive. That would almost be like making, you're a bulletproof vest manufacturer, but you do make an option that isn't bulletproof,
if you know what I mean. It's just like, well, you can just have it for the looks, and it's just like, you know, why would you? Just make it bulletproof. But again, it's yeah, companies have done stranger things, so you never know. Well, I'm just going to try and get this thing out of the way. It appears I've already abandoned quite a lot of trucks here. Get out of the way, trailer. Making free range. Hey, speaking of P16, told you whip them out for the big jobs. Shoot them with the boys. Where's your loaf, P16? Slacking on me. He did actually have a loaf, I just can't remember what happened to it. Oh well, that's that done. So, concrete slabs are next, and I need 2 sand, 2 blocks, concrete, oh yeah, they're back there again, and 2 cement. Bloody hell, so I've got to basically do near enough the same journey again, and then I believe I've got to take them to this plant here. Do you know what, let's do the metal rolls next, because one, it's a bit of different scenery, and 2, at least if I get the metal rolls down here, get the medium pipes built, and then when I go to grab the concrete or the supplies for the concrete slabs, I could possibly grab the other stuff like the medium pipes. Good thing is I have already got trucks here as well, so I don't necessarily have to drive back here. I could just send one of them to grab the stuff. But anyway, we'll go and get the metal rolls done because I need 6 of them regardless. I'm pretty sure it's there on the Western Stars website. True, I've never been on the website to be honest, but there are a lot of places you find they never give you a quote. Oh wait, already got this one done up. Yeah, looking good. It's in stealth mode, hiding in the snow. 6 metal rolls, yeah. Sideboard will do. What am I getting? Oh yeah, man. That's another thing as well. It'd be quite nice if you could get a sideboard on the club, or again if they just made a bloody 6-slot trailer. Right. We are taking all over the place, especially with the dolphin. You could bring 8 rolls with it. Oh, the pay star. Is that what? Yeah. Let's have a look then. Oh well, I'm already in the garage. See if I've got one sitting around somewhere. In fact, no, it won't let me buy them because I'm in Russia. Fucking hate that thing. That's one thing I wish they were just removed by now. Like, oh, you can't buy that truck because you're not in Russia. Like, for the right money, someone will fucking bring it here for me. That's the way the world works. And in this game, I have 122 million. Somebody is going to bring me a truck from America to Russia for 122 million. Got to be one here somewhere. Definitely getting down into the list of trucks that I don't use too often. We've still got loafs down here, so it can't be that old. That's when you stop seeing loafs. That's when you know. Oh crap, when you start seeing ANK MK38s as well, and stock cats. Surely. Aha. Is it already done up? I'm going to put chained on, because if I find a road that I can't get up, it's just a pain in the ass. See what I mean? The speed of the tyre menu. So every time I get a max truck, then I have to scroll through 4,000 tyres. It takes a painfully long time. Crane plus bed plus trailer. We'll have a look in a sec, dude. The hell did I have a set of them for? Probably tried them. Realised they were terribly shocking. Oh yeah, I've already done this up, haven't I? So, trailer. What's your setup that you use to play? What do you mean, dude? So, that's what, 7 slots? How was it you get 8? Yeah, it wouldn't let me. Or do you use the crane as well? Either way, we'll give it a go. Oh, don't tell me it's not going to let me have that trailer, is it? It is. I clicked it, didn't equip it first time. A really nice suspension from my many hours of playing with it. Rear suspension especially. Symmetrical handles. We'll send the Dolphin out for the next, still got more stuff to do, so... away a bit. I've just seen a fly buzzing around. Every year in the summer, I get one fly in this house, and if I don't kill that fly for a week, that'll be the only fly in here all week. If I kill that fly within a minute, I don't know, there's a bunch of them waiting somewhere, and every time I kill one of them, they're like tapping the next one on the back, like go, go, go. And then he parachutes in, and then I've got another fly again. You never, ever, ever see 2. Just always there's one fly. It's like his job to just be there. Oh yeah, that was a naked gun life. Long story. Put them in the sideboard, I'll stick them on the trailer. Put them on the trailer. It's a battle. It's going for a wheelie. What he's winched to, but it appeared to have helped. It's enough. I wish the camera would stay level. You know when you go on an awkward angle. There we go. Smack the remote and it works again. Into the daylight. Where is OG Loaf? I think, you know, he might have been on that club. You know where I just dropped the materials off? There was already a club and a dolphin kind of just sat there in the corner. I think he's sat on top of, yeah, the club. Gets around, OG Loaf. Like I say, yeah, I'll have to, might have to recover him at some point. Not seen him for a little while. Do. Okay. Let's go. Oh yeah, because I remember this thing is a little bit crap on the fuel. I mean, to be fair, the Dolphin's not exactly built for long range, but like I said, at least that's got the torque and that, so we'll see. I don't dislike this truck, by the way. I'll use this for various missions, like, yeah. Not bad. I like that you can have the 3 slot and still have a trailer. Like, it's pretty crap on Bruce. Another tip here. again, other trucks think about it, so it's not in and of itself instantly terrible. Do it loaf. Why didn't I go this way? Oh yeah. Climb over that bloody bridge again. I don't really mind climbing over it, but it deletes your suspension half the time. That's another reason to have a goddamn professional in it. I can definitely tell they are fried in chicken rolls. Sounds pretty good. I managed to pack a loaf on the hood / roof of the Paystar. Since you mentioned it, not easy possible. Yeah, on this one I've managed it once or twice as well. Sometimes, but I have done it on flat ground. Like, if the loaf's level when you're packing it, it doesn't matter how uneven the truck is. So just say for the sakes of argument, if I had this Paystar going up a steep hill, and then you drew a line from its roof to the front of its bonnet, and that was flat, stuff packs a lot easier that way. I don't know what it is about going down this bit of the rail track as well. It makes you go insanely slow here. It might let me get into high. It's probably just kicked out of the bit there where it makes you go slow, but yeah. Normally you can just obviously go this speed. Right. Try not to delete the entire truck. That's not what I needed. Close, it's trying to jiggle its way kind of off either side of the concrete slab instead of climbing it. Hopefully we're alright. Well, we're in. It's a start. It's always a good goal to achieve. Right. Of course, every tree just pop out the ground. Why must we do this the long way game? There's trees down there, why can't I have them? They're definitely in my radius. I've got to be honest, so far, I've been through here 4 or 5 times in the Dolphin. It climbs up those blocks without jumping left or right, and it can pull a ramp flatbed over them. No, it's the tyres getting hooked, but yeah, they kind of do on other vehicles as well, potentially. This is the only time I've kind of just been stuck and that's it. Could have just got unlucky with it, but I don't know. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of guts going onto it at the minute, at the low end. See, that's one thing, it's only got the diffs on when you're in low range. We've got over though, good, right. Let's try this next slab, see if we can hit that a bit more even, so it goes a bit smoother. But yeah, that's the first and only time I've ever got kind of hooked like that there. Maybe you can unload the loaf and use it as a winch point to move the trailer a bit. I could in theory, yeah, I suppose worst case, I could have done that. For some reason, like I bring a loaf like exactly like what you say, stuff like that, and then I get really like, I don't know, territorial about moving my loaf off my roof, out my trailer. Like, hell no. He's chilling there now. But yeah, You are exactly right, like, that is exactly one of the reasons to get yourself a loaf. Could have worked as a trail. See, it's just not climbing up these as good. And again, in the Dolphin, I'd have the diffs on in the auto gearbox, so I'd have a bit more speed. Speed's not necessarily the main issue. I don't like how it keeps trying to jump left or right instead of just climbing up the rock. I've got to steer left and right a little bit to kind of initiate it climbing. I don't know why, but it's the same with plenty of the trucks. But yeah, look, it just starts skipping. Now it might get caught with a trailer again. At least now I've got trees up in the Yankon, but yeah, definitely not as keen on this for crossing that bridge, I don't know that much. But you could, well, I don't use mods on this one, yeah. But you could use that bridge layer mod. But I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it's easier in a Dolphin or the Zix or something to just drive over there like normal. But there ain't too many of those bridges around, so it's not the end of the world. First is gutless in the pace start. That's basically what it felt like a bit there. Well, then I had to keep going into low range anyway, just to get the diffs. If this had diffs always on, that would be quite nice, not gonna lie. Like, it's no coincidence that the best trucks in the game have diffs, if you know what I mean. Like, that's kind of part of what makes them the best trucks in the game. It just, yeah, they have diffs in the auto gears. And if you look at things like, because of how much fuel this uses, I'm not really that far away from the garage. I've already used 180 litres. So I suppose if you are using this regularly, I'd either take a loaf or a fuel trailer behind you, or have trailers scattered around. Like I've got a free range trailer just over there, which I'll pay a visit. Been a good spot to put the trailer, that one, I have to say. I end up using this trailer quite a lot. We'll see how much fuel's left in it. It wouldn't be surprised me. It wouldn't surprise me if it's far empty. Assuming you aren't in first gear most of the time. Yeah, like I say, it's not a terrible truck. It's just literally as you see it as well. Normally I get over the bridge a bit easier. Fuel's the one. But yeah, if you can get up into high, that'll help a bit, I know that. That's what we need. Yeah, that bridge is a bit of a dip, like, it's little things like that with these devs. Like, why put those concrete blocks there? I don't even care if it's somehow realistic, I doubt it. I've seen more bridges, including train bridges, because I live, like, there's a train bridge out the back window behind that truck recovery yard, and yeah, they don't all have concrete blocks either side of the bridge like that. But that's the decisions devs make. They're like, yeah, let's just make it a little bit more awkward than it could otherwise be. Let's just put some big fat concrete blocks there for no reason other than to piss everybody off every time they try and use the bridge. If we can stay in high up here, that'll be good enough. Considering it's like snowy tracks that you can see have already been driven, it's pretty ruthless driving up here. Worse than it looks, yeah, it didn't like it though.
To be fair, a lot of trucks do stop there. I think maybe like the Zix, that would be in the advanced special mode, but obviously like a slower high range to begin with. That possibly could have carried on in high, but yeah, most trucks like that path there. This is where like I'm just driving through now, is where you unblock one of the landslides, and I've got to be honest, it's one of the most pointless to unblock, because if I look on the map now, and I almost went that way, when I'm back here, just drive down there, up there and down there. So yeah, this unblocking here is like, I don't know, I wouldn't really say it's a better way. Certainly slow, if not slower. Bartelby. Oh, you the dude that made the Bartelby mods? Got some nice mods, man. It was well done on them. They're pretty cool. I was testing them, was it last week and the week before? The real beast is the Goliath, though. Oh, is that? Oh, yeah. The, isn't that the Zix 605R that you did? Which I'm pretty sure I've got. The Goliath is unstoppable. Yeah, because that was the one that, and it wasn't your mod, but I had that weird gearbox thing happen on the live stream a couple of weeks ago. And it happened when I was using that Goliath, but again, it was happening to every vehicle, and it was happening for days afterwards, whether it was on my modded playthrough or not, so I know it wasn't your mod. But I had another go with it. I just mean, obviously, I had some weird gearbox fault that was making everything go incredibly slow and weak. And it was kind of making that Goliath look a little bit slow and weak, but yeah, it was a bug with like my game. Glad you liked them. Yeah, no, they were very good. Like, kind of straight up into my bunch of favourite mods. Like, yeah, your Bartelby mods, Fox's mods, JBE mods, and I suppose Puppy Master in there as well. His Heavy Wrecker is very nice. Yeah, they're kind of like, I would put them as my sort of 4 favourite bunches of mods and modders. I only need 6, so yes, plenty of room for a horse. See, you don't take up a lot of room. Just one slot. That's all he needs. She said. Right. So I think as well, I need to drop 2 of these rolls off here, because I'll later need to build a large pipe. And then I need to drop 4 of them off there, so I can build 2 medium pipes. And then I need to bring those medium pipes, one of them to there, and then one of them to here, so I can build that and the rolls into a large pipe, and then take that over there. And yeah, concrete slabs. I think it might have been this one. We'll get there with the paste art and I can double check. And to build the concrete slab I need, I think it's 2 packaged sand, 2 concrete blocks, and 2 cement. Well, and that'll be for 2 concrete slabs. So 1 packaged sand, 1 cement and 1 concrete blocks. Which is quite a lot, backing around, not going to lie. I mean, in theory, it might be easier and quicker just to nip to Cosmodrome and grab a concrete slab and flat. I'll just have a quick look on the map. I might still try and build them, because that's kind of what the mission had in mind, but yeah.
concrete slab, and in fact you've got bricks there as well, which I just built earlier, or the Zix. And the gateway's only there, so you have got to loop around. The only thing is, kind of from there through to there is a pain in the arse. It's all super slow and shit there, but it's doable. That is an option, especially as you can get bricks there as well. Well, I suppose 6 bricks and 2 slabs. That's going to be like 10 lots of cargo. Could take an 8 slot. Well, there's a trailer store there as well, to be honest. So you could even drive there without a trailer, grab an 8 slot while you're there. Say, take a dolphin and wear 1 slab on your head. So that's 10 slots. It wouldn't be the hardest drive back to the gateway, because there's not really any insanely tight corners or anything like that. Waiting for console approval together with F750 and HX520. Oh, that'd be pretty cool. Been waiting for a mod for the F750, and I know there is, I believe, like a max pack one. Yeah, the HX520 would be quite interesting, because I've got to be honest, I don't really like that truck. So let's go this way. Yeah, well, it wasn't very good for Phase 4, so if you can, yeah, improve it, that would be pretty helpful for it, because I've not used it since I've done the review, to be honest. I just really didn't like it. It absolutely struggled like mad, even on the Erskine River. Well, I'd say even on Erskine River, not that it's the easiest map in and of itself, to be fair, but still, that was just out of its depth. Might take a while, devs told me. Yeah, I believe was it Fox a little while ago? I'm sure it was one of the mods he submitted. Oh, it might have been the Derry. I think it took them bloody ages to get around to it. I usually just rolled in the trucks. Certainly done plenty of that in my time. Mark Rowe, cool, look forward to them, yeah, that'll be pretty cool. I'll be keeping an eye out for them. Probably have them in a future, either a live stream or video or something. Not easy, but I only do the XMLS stuff, aka tweaks. Yeah, that's cool though, because your mods are very low on space as well, which I like. Like again with Fox's mods and JV mods, they're all, yeah, they don't use a lot of memory, so you can turn a lot of your mods on and still have plenty of room for a lot of other stuff. And that's where I'd say, like, Puppy Master is Heavy Wrecker is a very, very nice truck, and I appreciate that it's kind of, you know, not just tweaks to an existing truck, but obviously that takes a hell of a lot of memory up. So it's quite nice, just, yeah, versions of the original vehicles that are actually, like, have options to make them good. The F750 Max, the wheels are glitched and not attached, or they're not. Like I said, the Max thing, it's a little bit unrefined. Like when I built a Max Loaf, the steering, it steers all 4 wheels, which is a bit too much anyway. But it's like just instantly rapid steering. So once you're going over like 10-15 miles an hour, just trying to adjust your steering, you know, you nearly do a 180 every time. So it'd be nice if there was an option to turn off all-wheel steering on something like the Loaf anyway. It just doesn't need it. It turns like a housefly even with 2-wheel steering. Dev's approval speed for consoles is so slow. Yeah, I have heard that. I like that, just tweak, so I'd love to tweak a few trucks. Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't have a bloody clue what I'm doing to save me life. But in theory, yeah, I know what you mean. I would like to... If I just bring an extremely simple menu up on my screen, it just says, do you want a fatter engine, yes or no? Then I could mod, if it was that easy. There's a 750 Power Stroke mod. It's a beast. Cool, man. I'll have to check that out. So I quite like the 750. It's just a little bit... feels a little bit relaxed when you're driving it. Like,
I know they ended up putting in a better engine, which, let's be honest, it needed that. I wouldn't even say that was an upgrade. That was kind of the engine it should have arrived with. The choice of engines we had for it originally were just made it go terribly slow. But yeah, again, a very nice truck. It just feels a little bit like it ain't in a rush to get anywhere. And it's like, well, I am. So can you hurry up, please, 750? It's just like a hippie. Chilling, floating along doing its own thing. And it's not bad at it. But yeah, no sense of urgency, really. Currently working on the XNL stuff with a custom truck, an 8x8 pickup made by Crazy Fool. That'll be a great mod. Yeah, that sounds good, man. I'll be checking that one out as well. JS, hey everybody, make sure to smash the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Well, I'm sure it does something for the algorithm gods. I'm sure they like a bit of thumb action. Who doesn't? Didn't like that 750 mod, but it was too bouncy on the suspension. Was that power pack one or something? King of wasting 30 litres a minute, if not on high gear. Oh, kind of. I thought it was king of. Right, 2 of them, large pipe. So yeah, 2 metal rolls and 1 medium pipe. Why can't we just save the time? Put 4 metal rolls here. I mean, look, there's a large pipe there. I'll have that one. Okay, that's got snow on it. Come on, Bruce. Get in there. Snatch and run. Where was it? Some country the other day, like... Not Kazakhstan. It sounded something like Kazakhstan or something. It's like a tradition of... like, snatch and run for a bride. Oh, you are a tosser, trailer. You really are. Well, yeah. Like, full on... I don't know. Snatch and run. Like, women are just walking down the street going to the shops. And a guy will just be like, I'm having you. And that's it, he's off. And they get married. It said it's becoming a problem, like, becoming. I mean, it wasn't originally. Apparently it started off as like a romantic gesture. To run off with, like, your bride. But I suppose you were supposed to have already met, etc. But then it just kind of escalated. Now people are just snatch and run. Like they're a bag of crisps. Only it's a bride. Of me being able to reach that trailer are slim to none, but we'll give it a go. Oh, what the hell? Got myself a load. Actually complaining. Cashing him in as a metal roll. Oh, damn it. Now the crane's too fucking gutless. So it's stuff like this where I literally do assume, like, whoever designed the cranes doesn't play the game much. Probably is just there for the money. Not to be harsh, but it's just like they clearly haven't used it in the game and been like, holy shit, this is terrible. We must fix it immediately. Like, whoever is in charge of cranes hasn't used them. You sure, trailer? Surprised you didn't just
explode and try to kill everybody. Fuck's sake, again, one day, change truck will work. A bit of fuel, fuel degreaser. What funny, poacher's fuel. Just because, to be honest, the pay star kind of needs it. Can I reach the pay star from here? Can. Really bastard. A lot. 3 litres. At least I can start it up if I need to. Like now, click change vehicle. Like, I have to spin the camera around. Now it will let me switch. Do you see what I mean? Just little things. It's like, just fix it, man. But yeah, when I was looking at trucks, it wouldn't let me switch to anything. To leave it in all-wheel drive and not moving, unfortunately, uses a lot in idle. What does it idle at? Yeah, it's quite high, isn't it? 0.7. It's not insane, but it's fairly high for idle. I'm thinking the Dolphin's about 4 litres a minute, I think, idling. Load's like 0.2 or something. And let's be honest, the load is like the original long-range goddamn horse. Do like 8 laps of the map before you need fuel for that thing. And then when you get fuel, it'll last you like another 4 years. A bit of high gear going. Slower, that's all. True. To be honest, if I can help it, I'd rather use the fuel and go faster. We'll see though, while we're driving along the road, what is it? Square, isn't it? It's about 8, 9, 10. Get off the snow a bit. It should settle back down. Well, going, I mean, to be fair, I'm on like a flat road. It definitely jumps up like into the 20s a hell of a lot easier if I just turn that off. It seems to sit in the 10, yeah, it jumps a little bit, but it settles down to the 10s a lot quicker. To be fair, it's still pulling along nicely enough at the minute, even out of all-wheel drive. I suppose though, what's... oh yeah, so you've still got the rear, so it's still 6-wheel drive. Which obviously, like, or on Grad, for example, 6-wheel drive with all-wheel drive, so it's, yeah, it's not the end of the world. I was saying vanilla trucks are slower in general than mod trucks, but can work if you want them to. Yeah, true, I don't, like... I don't know, yeah, I don't always want a mod that's just does all the work for you, but yeah, part of me, like, I do like using the vanilla truck. That's why I've got 2 playthroughs. Like, one, I like to use the truck's nature intended, albeit I do think some of them are unfairly balanced, like they're too harshly punished or whatever. And then yeah, obviously my modded playthrough where it's just like, I can use whatever I like. Easy, medium, difficult, whatever. Colby, hey Lone Wolf, if you would turn down the game sound a bit, I could understand you better. I'll move my mic a bit nearer. What is it on the... Well, can you hear me a bit better now? I've moved my mic a little bit closer. What is it? I'll see what I've even got it on. Oh yeah, audio. Let's try that at 70. Let's give that a go. I remember, I do like watching the suspension on this. It's got quite a nice range, like when it was climbing over that rock. I've probably gone a little close to the middle here. As long as it don't get stuck, that'll do. Cat doesn't want their trucks modded on consoles. I guess on PC they can't say shit. That's the thing, PC's like the Wild West of mods. I think companies just don't even bother anymore complaining about PC mods. Whether it's like they've absolutely just poached a carbon copy of like the latest brand name vehicle and all sorts. PC is like China. They just take that shit. And then they're like, what? What do you mean copyright? Thanks, it's better now. No worries, dude. Yeah, the suspension is very good for things like that. It seems nicely balanced between stiff and soft. Yeah, it's just there's quite a nice amount of movement to it. That was always a problem I found with like the Club before they added the active suspension. There just wasn't enough suspension travel. So once you've run out of your travel, instead of just one individual wheel climbing over the rock, you've now got to lift the entire truck up and over the rock, which, yeah, the Club suffered from quite badly, but now that's got the active suspension, it, for the most part, unless you get a pretty damn meaty rock, it can, yeah, sort of just works better, steps over them a bit easier. Old Stevie Wonder, he won't be able to see me, probably just shit him up. Stupid, not just Cat, GMC, Hummer and Chevy also do not allow tweaks of their trucks, do they not? I don't know why people like that are such wankers about it. Again, like that just shows you like a classic, not just non-gamer, but just has no concept of the whole genre in general. Like, if I was like Larry Clegg's Hummer president, you would say, yeah, you can mod my vehicles, because what are they worrying will happen? In a logical sense, being a gamer, I know that all that will happen if they let modders mod Hummers is there'll be more modded Hummers in the game, and my chances of driving a Hummer are going to shoot up. Like, even if somebody makes a bad version of it, it's not going to make me not want to go out and buy a Hummer because somebody modded a bad version of it. But somebody mods a good version of it. Case in point, I would genuinely buy a real-life Loaf now. After playing this game and how much I love the goddamn Horse vehicle, I would buy a Loaf. So, it just... I can't really imagine a scenario where it'd be a bad thing for Cat, GMC, Hummer, etc. to say, yeah, mod the crap out of our vehicle. In fact, you'd almost insist on it. Be like, make ours like the easiest thing to mod, make it the most popular, the most, you know, visible, it gets more time on YouTube and all sorts. Like, it's just, it can't be a bad thing. Even as kids, like, there's games and things we grew up with where they had brand name things in, or at least very close to it. Like, a good example, a lot of you will know, like Gran Turismo 3, the Nismo Skyline. There's no other reason I know of Nismo and the Nismo Skyline, etc., other than there was one in Gran Turismo 3 that was like 1,000 horsepower. And obviously everyone was like, yep, that's the one I want. Or the, what was it, the Escudo Pikes Peak version. I've not played that game in 20 years, and I still remember the Escudo Pikes Peak version, which is the hill climber in
Gran Turismo 3 had a stupidly massive front and rear wing on it. But again, it was stupidly rapid, and yeah, I still remember it. So I'd say it was always a good thing to have a brand in a game, because the only people playing that game are fans of the game. It's not like somebody who hates SnowRunner is going to be playing it and then they're going to develop a hatred of Hummer because Hummer's in the game. Like, it doesn't work like that. So the only thing you're going to do really is, worst case, have no impression, or leave a good impression. Like, I think the Hummer and the Cat 745C have been a bit hard done by in this game. If I was the owner of either, I'd be saying to SnowRunner, yeah, can you make that better and like more usable, like the Cat 745C? I'd be saying to them, like, yeah, make it be allowed to have trailers and all sorts, like make it more useful in the game, make people want to use it more. So I'm glad I bought the chains. I think it's hills like that it wouldn't be too keen on. Not just this, just the tyres, not the truck. Aftermarket shop mods of Corvettes in Texas called the Exorcist to fight the Dodge Demon. Yeah, I know what you mean with the Exorcist. It was on Top Gear. I think it was Captain Slow drove that one. Yeah, it looks like a... Was that 1,000 brake, the Exorcist? Because the Demon's about 800, isn't it? But yeah, if you're talking about like, if they put the Corvette Exorcist or whatever in like the latest Gran Turismo game, it's just one of them things where it's like, you would get your brand out there. It's like, it's almost free advertising. In fact, SnowRunner probably have to pay Hummer to have Hummer in this game, and then so it's like they're being paid to get free advertisement, and then they, without realising it, because again, it'll be some prick in a suit that's never played a game in his life, he's just money, 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 that sort of person. Yeah, and they're just doing themselves out of free, like, yeah, advertising, etc. Right, that's that done. So now I can build, oh yeah, I've probably got the stuff now, build medium pipes. Yes, and yes. Do I want to load it on the Paystar? I'm going to need some fuel. Goddamn professional on Bruce has got some fuel. Yes, I'll do it. Let's do it in the Paystar. Oh no, wait, there was something else I wanted to take with me. What was it? I need to build the concrete slab. Leave that there for a minute. What are you telling me? I can't reach that from over there. Hold on. I'll use Bruce. Sure if there's a work. Something would help. I had something to winch to. Oh no, there's a crane in the middle, isn't there? Oh yeah. That definitely won't help. Out of curiosity, what happens if I get the crane out now? Will it lift the loaf or not? Obviously I can't lift it normally, but I'll bet money it'll not flick the loaf up, but it'll lift the loaf. Yeah, if only you could do that normally, crane. I can hear my chair being wrecked. It must be chair wrecker. He's back. Oh yeah, chair wreck, that's my cat, by the way. He knows as soon as I say chair wrecker to him.
gives me that look. Like, what, me? One loaf was trying to be nice. Alright, you're gonna have to go for now. Sorry, loaf. Excuse me. At least got the fuel out of him, but still got repair points. It's still pretty useful. But I'm not going to sit around with a broken crane all day. See, again, if the cranes just worked, loaf would be on there in a jiffy. Pay attention to your... what's that? Horse hold god? Hoist hold? Goddamn professional. Restore crane. So one sec, I'm just going to have to mute the mic. Need a good old cough. One. Oh, we've got some fuel there. Will we need it? Probably not. Bruce is pretty good on the fuel. What do we need then? Concrete blocks. Yes, 2 of those. Cement. Oh yeah, the other one is packaged sand. Getting clue what it's 2007. I might make this. I might do a mission afterwards. I don't know, but. To be fair, by the time I've done the second stage as well, that'll come up to probably around 3 hours. Shirt would be OP. True, I'm surprised they've not added one. That would have been almost my first port of call if it was up to me. Unless Sherpa in some other game, maybe they've got some like exclusive deal with another game, and you know, obviously they can't. I think that's why some trucks are potentially missing from this game, like Euro Truck Simulator possibly have like exclusivity deals. Other games as well, but I imagine like Euro Truck Simulator, the fact that they're all branded vehicles in that game, and they're a pretty big game, that's probably takes up quite a lot of things. So I don't know, Scania for example might have an exclusivity contract with Euro Truck Simulator, so that like no other gaming company is allowed to have them. So Bruce should be able to get high gear down here, and he is. Would have been nicer with a goddamn horse on my roof, but take what you can get. So looking at them horses over there, like, well, they sit on the roof. There's another trailer. You will live there forever, trailer. Still want the Bigfoot monster truck. It would definitely be cool. And again, I'm surprised it's not an area they've just thought, sod it. That's what I mean, once you've built a game like this, it's a bit like Grand Theft Auto. They add all sorts of stuff, and to be honest, some of it probably pisses people off, particularly in the online aspect of things, where I don't really, well, yeah, I don't play Grand Theft Auto online, but I've seen them like flying hover bikes that can shoot people and all that. They seem to piss quite a lot of people off, because obviously trolls just get them, fly around killing everybody. But yeah, Grand Theft Auto, they've kind of made that city, that world, that sandbox, and then now it's like, I mean, let's be honest, they're milking the shit out of it. They're adding everything they possibly can, and it kind of makes sense. Like if you put all the effort into building that space, you may as well add every conceivable thing. And alright, this game certainly, I'm not saying they should go with flying hover bikes and all the rest of it, but yeah, stuff like monster trucks. You'd think now, like, you've built this world, why don't you just add as many things as possible? And yeah, milk it. Like, add more DLC. I'd buy DLC Bigfoot. Like, unless they were pumping out DLC at a rate like tens of pounds a week or something, then I'd obviously probably just stop buying all of them, because I wouldn't want that much, but yeah. See how there, for example, Bruce had less suspension travel. Wonder if though, yeah. Oh no, he already was in the raise mode. So like compared to that Paystar, it kind of like, you can see it started to walk over the rocks, but then it also partly has to lift the truck itself. And to be fair, I probably could have took a bit of a better line. I kind of ended up a bit near the middle again there, which is slower because of like death mud. Force people to use trucks based on upgrades more. What's that with? I kind of find though that I suppose you can get by at the beginning of the game, but every truck in this game kind of has to be fully upgraded just to be not that great, if that makes sense. Obviously some are pretty decent, but a lot of fully upgraded trucks now still can't really do anything on these maps. I mean, that HX520 then, for example. But yeah, that was terrible. Even like, I've got full access to upgrade, and that's a bloody expensive vehicle. Sure, wasn't that like 270 grand or something insane, fully upgraded? And it's crap. Again, it might do alright on, I don't know, Black Badger Lake or whatever it's called, but yeah, it got eaten for breakfast by the terrain on this map. Or Erskine River, anyway, this phase. Bruce could fit a 3-slot sideboard and crane, it seems. I don't think it lets you, though. I agree, like it should be able to, but not only it doesn't let you have a crane and a 3-slot, if you put the 3-slot on Bruce, it won't even let you have a trailer, which is a terrible decision. Like, I don't use the 3-slot on Bruce for that reason. The cost of using it is too high. Like, I gain 1 slot, and I lose 4 slots of trailer, or just trailers in general. I might have a maintenance trailer with me. Yeah, I can't have a crane. It's just like, why? That's way too high of a price to pay for 1 extra slot on the sideboard. Whereas it's cool, like the Paystar has got the 3-slot, and it can have a trailer and the crane. That's even better. It can have like the Holy Trinity, crane, sideboard, and trailer, and its sideboard is a 3-slot. And yeah, Bruce, there's clearly enough room, especially now they've raised the suspension. Maybe if I put the suspension down, does that axle sit above the chassis? Not really. Either way, the sideboard could basically go flush to the back of the cab. But I think they push it back quite a lot, so it has a lot of overhang. Oh yeah, this is cement and all the rest of it. I'm saying that, I may as well wait here for a minute. Because I need to go and get 2 bloody package sand. Stop that for now. Good thing is, could actually get it without doing trailers or anything, so it could be a bit of a quicker run. I think they allowed it, was that on the Paystar because of the fuel usage and that. True, it could well be. It certainly is a bit of a thirsty beast. See how that does. I've not used this for a little while. As sad as it is, I'm not going to take a loaf just because I haven't used this in so long. I actually would like to see just how it drives. And again, I've managed to pack. This is what I was saying, like, if you sit this in the yard and try and put a loaf, you have to put the rear wheels on the roof and the front wheels on the bonnet. And quite often it doesn't pack. But if you got to a situation like a hill like this, it's not quite there, but if you imagine the back wheels of the loaf near the back of the roof of this, and then the front wheels on the bonnet, the loaf itself isn't that far off sitting level, and it'll let stuff pack a lot easier as long as the loaf is level when you're packing it, or close to. There is a few exceptions. I've managed to pack the occasional diagonal loaf pretty much as far as I compared to just sitting level. But yeah, for the most part that does seem to help, just throwing it out there for people that try it out. That's what I kind of figured out. Truck could literally teabag. I suppose it could. I'll take it you're on Mount Bruce with the suspension to get us in high gear. That snow back there is always slow. I don't know, it's just they overcooked it on that one. Obviously it's gonna, I left the custom muds on. I like them on this truck. They're a bit of a letdown of a tyre, to be honest, on most. A letdown. Yeah, on most trucks. One of the few I feel they do work on quite well is this Tayga. It makes the Tayga, I feel, less tippy as well if you got these on over the chained. But again, I did do those kind of tyre testing on Drowned Lands, and the chained were better than these custom muds. And that's before you factor in these will slip on this road. Chained won't. Like they were better. The chained were better in mud than custom muds. See, that's where little things like that. I obviously couldn't steer away from that post in time because I'm skidding around on the road a bit. Still wish they would add like a studded tyre version of the muds, where you got muds and road grip. A bit of daylight again, it don't last long. Still flicking high and everything pretty quickly, so it's doing alright so far. The game just cares that all four wheels are touching a flat surface, not angled packing truck. Yeah, pretty much. That's a much better, cleaner way of explaining it than I was. Which, yeah, I quite like that. It's one of the few areas of the game where I don't know if they intentionally did it, but I like the relaxed nature of being able to pack vehicles. Like, the game's not ultra strict on it. I had to go into the low range, but it wasn't too bad through there. Get back up into high. Well, it's probably sort of gives you like an anti-grip bonus if you use high gear in this kind of terrain. So we can run it along like the edge between the two and get high gear. Probably could. Yes. Find that edge. Lost it. Well, lost too much momentum. Should feel like we're alright after this anyway, back onto roads after these logs. They made those custom muds so slow now in mud. What they are designed for. I know, I don't know why. Like I said, it's a shame. Like I want to like them. I certainly like the look of them. I like the width of them. I like the balancing characteristics and all the rest of it. I just, yeah, they are a bit lacking on the mud grip for custom muds. Whoever built these custom muds, don't quit your day job. Bigfoot is still around. Just does the smaller events. I must admit, Bigfoot, like, considering I'm from the UK as well, and obviously Bigfoot was an American thing. What the nosy bitch. Sorry, Siri. Fuck off. Popping up listening in on my conversations. How does Bigfoot sound like Siri? Yeah, like monster trucking. Even over here as a kid, everybody knew about Bigfoot. Like Bigfoot near enough invented monster trucking in and of itself, but I think they're the first that put like giant wheels on a truck and then eventually they ran over a car as like a bit of a showing what it could do, and then yeah, it just kind of exploded from there. But Bigfoot put monster trucking on the map like a beast, sort of globally. Bigfoot is like one of the most famous vehicles in the world, which is a pretty good achievement when you think about it. There's a lot of contenders. Knight Rider, that's got to be up there. What are the famous vehicles that we got? Mr. Bean's little Mini. Do you guys know Mr. Bean in America? Or anywhere else for that matter? I was just thinking like, mainly America's one of those where some of our stuff you have and you're very familiar with, other stuff you just like absolutely never heard of it or anything. To be fair, I suppose it's the same. Like we get a lot of American stuff here because obviously like Hollywood films and all that, but not everything. Some stuff we wouldn't have heard of. Let's go, Bruce. Oh, don't do it to me. It's close. See, again, in fact that was a good example. If I had chained on, I bet money I would have tipped just then. Sure do, of course. Oh, so you know, yeah, that's cool. Good old bit of Mr. Bean. That was like Christmas special. No, I don't know if, well, I'm sure there is a Mr. Bean Christmas special, but I mean like at Christmas in the 90s, bit of Mr. Bean on, bit of Home Alone. Even now, 2020 was last Christmas, and they still put Home Alone on. Like that's just, I don't know. I don't want to live in a time where Home Alone is not played at Christmas. It's a tradition, pretty much, at this point. Yes, I know Rowan Atkinson, Blackadder too. Yeah, exactly. That's yeah, Blackadder. What else? He's been in quite a few things, to be honest. He's done quite a lot. Which I like Blackadder. Again, it was one of those as a kid. Kind of a lot of it went over my head. But then having watched a bit of it as an adult, I wouldn't go as far as say like, oh, I love it. I'd sit there and smash a whole series of it or something, but yeah, it's kind of Monty Python and Blackadder. A lot of it went over my head as a kid. Which I think is part of the way it's designed. Like really, when you watch back a lot of things like The Simpsons, that's got a lot of tongue-in-cheek humour that a kid just wouldn't even occur to them. And what was the one I seen? Oh yeah, Pokemon. Man, that thing is like, that's got innuendos and then some all throughout it. As a kid, absolutely just didn't even register. But yeah, it was on Netflix like months ago. I was like, oh, I'll bang an episode of that on. And yeah, I was like, Jesus Christ, is this the porno version? In Japanese one. How many people, by the way, collected Pokemon cards as a kid? Or do you still do it now? I collected like the originals. Obviously, I think they kind of kept releasing more and more. I don't know about all the newer stuff. Large pipe. Oh shit! I've got to bring a medium pipe now. Oh no, I'm metal rod. Oh no, we're all good. Concrete slab, that's what I was building. Turn the truck around first. There's a giant fuel tanker there. Let's poach some. 800. What, it doesn't even come full? That's what she said. Well, I mean, as good as my free-range trailers. My free-range trailers are always full and juicy when I release them into the wild. Not away, Bruce. I mean, Bruce was milking it a bit there. Like a kid, pretending we pushed him too hard, like kids used to do at school. I'm on about when I was a kid. I don't go around pushing kids over. Not for the lack of wanting to. Just can't be fucking arsed finding the little bastards. Stage 1 done. To be fair, stage 2, we kind of got a lot of the groundwork done for that. I've already got the small pipes there, and the medium pipes are built. I can't remember what else I need, but probably not a lot. That Pokemon just after my time, was it? I was about 10 or 11, I think, when it... What was I? Born 88. Yeah, and I think it came out around 99, really. I think it did come out a year or so earlier, but it kind of got big in the UK. I believe in, like, 99. And it's funny, though. I never really thought of it like this. You know when people talk about... A lot of games have, like, loot boxes and stuff these days. Like, I think FIFA, you can buy packs of cards. I suppose, like, almost a digital version of how we used to buy football cards back in the day. But that was what... Someone said that, never really thought about it. Like, someone was talking about banning loot boxes. Like, for any of you that have played World of Tanks, that's got loot boxes and stuff. And obviously their argument is it's like gambling for kids. And I was kind of like, yeah, it is, I agree. And then someone said, yeah, but then back in the day, like, buying packs of Pokemon cards or football cards was gambling. And it was like, they're actually right. Because I never knew if I was going to get... I don't know, a Charizard out that. Obviously that's what I was going for. If you're buying Pokemon packs, you want to get the best Pokemon there is. But it was gambling, really. I was paying £2.50. It was quite a lot, really, as well, in the 90s. For a pack of Pokemon cards. And I could have ended up... Oh yeah, we're going this way. I could have got 11 cards that were crap. Or, yeah, could have got a Charizard. And if you think about it from a monetary value... Charizard was worth more than £2.50, so I could have... I mean, eBay wasn't really a big thing back then, but... Yeah. Could theoretically gamble. Like, buy Pokemon packs, sell the more expensive ones, and so on. And then I remember as well, then again, I suppose it wouldn't really be anything outside the UK. You used to have, like, these football coins that you could collect. We got them for the 1998 World Cup. But yeah, just thinking about it, obviously it was like English players. So it probably wasn't as big around the world. I think you got them in like Walker's Crisps. Ooh, I need to press back then. Skip the seat. See all those concrete slabs I'm parked on? I picked one out. Like you can see it leaning up against those cargo containers. Like, yeah, all these slabs I'm parked. In fact, I've got a crane, haven't I? I'll show you. I won't pick them all up, but when I activate this crane, like, yeah, I can grab all of these, which, to be fair, that's what I was checking out. They're pretty slim. They'd actually work quite well, really, as, like, who was it? Rebel by Choice. Where was he trying to patch some potholes up the other week? But either way, like, yeah, these are actually, like, kind of realistic, possibly. Of course, the little crane, the gutless thing that it is, struggles, but yeah, you can see they are liftable and movable. Right, so I want to get this out the way a little bit more, can reverse. What is this trailer doing? Do you know what trailer? I was going to delete it. But I'm not. I can sit here and suffer. For the rest of them, what do we want? Dolphin. When do we want them? Now. That's the worst possible crane for lifting them. True, I'll give you that, to be fair. Just let me touch the box. That's what I said. God damn it. Let me touch the box and take my small pipe. Right. Large pipe, medium pipe, oh, and oil barrels. Okay, so that's not too bad. So, 2 medium pipes and 2 oil barrels. I can grab that. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. We're nearly done. Boys and girls, what way have I got the map orientated? Always confuses the crap out of me. So I may as well use one of these vehicles. Oh yeah, we already used Bruce, didn't we? Oh yeah, the Paystar, that's it. Just gonna need some fuel. Oh, it's got a damn horse. He's got 20 litres. I'll transfer that over quickly then. Yeah, I'd rather use the Paystar than this. He's got a chance of some speed in the Paystar. That ramp flatbed is doing, but looks like it's being extra dickheadish tonight. Some that. Gives me a roof rack. Oh, is that full? Yes. Yeah, but bloody hell. Of course. So I need 2 medium pipes, and 2 oil barrels. Wait, when you reverse, get a bit of torque steer going on. That's how much power is in the goddamn horse. A bit more room on that. He gets skinny when he needs to. This is what attempt to turn around, since the trailer will probably have other ideas in mind. Of course you do. This ain't got enough power to like wheel spin and just skid the front end around. Life can. It's goddamn professional though, so wouldn't expect any less. Let's get one in the truck, since this game will just try to throw it in the trailer. Yeah, I'll get in the load. Do the load for some fuel, I know. Plans. We should stop the engine, since this is a bit of a thirsty little beast. Look at him go. He's rapid. Is it going to make me... It'd be nice if I could transport like roof rack. No, that's the bottom one. From roof rack to roof rack. What? I don't want to fill their bloody roof rack up. Come on, my roof rack. What vehicle am I in? Oh, I wasn't in the loaf, that's why. Don't know what I'm doing on this roof rack. Oh, and I just loaded it into that one. Damn it, this is what I mean. If I could just go roof rack to roof rack, it would make life a lot easier. Instead I've got to go like roof rack to Tatra, and then loaf roof rack, or Tatra to loaf roof rack. There we go, done. I'm probably going to need it though with a paystar. I know it's a little thing, but just let me activate the ramps without starting the bloody engine. Don't care if it runs off the engine. Teach it to run without the engine. Daylight again. Way. See you, GM. I didn't see your message, sorry dude, but I appreciate you joining us if you're off for the night. Have fun, whatever it is you're up to. Do you know what? It might actually... No. What? Refuel... Oh, I must have clicked recover. Because it's down on my D-pad. It's a bit temperamental. Space. I'm gonna fat shame my loaf. Pretty sure there is enough space, but the game's gonna decide there isn't. So not enough space. How much do you want to bet that once I put these oil barrels on, I can get my goddamn horse back on the trailer? What a surprise. The game doesn't know what it's talking about, let's be honest. So he hasn't encountered a goddamn professional, doesn't realise you can get skinny. It's so nice not having an 8 slot driving out here. Oh my god. Let's be honest, that's a bit of an overzealous hitbox there. Trailer with me. Oh, too late. Good job I didn't tip there. I was late to the party. This time, SnowRunner. Is Block Gamma the only thing on the agenda today? It might well be, to be honest, because we've already gone 2 minutes 40. And, yeah. It's not hurting too bad, but I said I've trapped a nerve or something, and sitting the way I am now is not not feeling great for my neck. But if I sit and lean back on the chair, I'm too far away from the TV, I won't be able to read the comments. So yeah, I'll be honest, I don't really want to try and go for like 4 hours or something. When we get the next season, I'll be doing longer live streams and all sorts then, as I usually do, but yeah. It's looking like what we got, but I've got to drop 1 lot of medium pipes off, and the oil barrel, and take 1 down to then switch for larger pipes. I'll see. If there's a small mission afterwards, I'll probably do 1 more. If not, I'll probably, yeah, call it a day. Obviously, I might want to create a Discord, developing a community here. True, I don't even really know what it is or how it works. I heard of it. I assume it's some kind of messaging thing. Yeah, I mean, it's something I'll probably have to look into at some point. I do see people talking about these things. I just never have a clue what I'm really doing, so... Still have quite a few trucks to get. It's, like I've said before, it's a very long game, really, when you think of the amount of, like, hundreds of hours minimum to complete it, really. That's like keeping shenanigans to a minimum. It's not like in higher. I will say the Dolphin probably could get high down here. It's well, yeah, it did last time. Can't remember how much cargo and stuff I had, but I do feel like I had a trailer. But again, the Dolphin's, like, to me anyway, I think pretty much the best truck in the game, so it's yeah, not the easiest truck to compete with. Got into high now. As long as it sits here for the rest of this little bit, that's pretty good news. Just because obviously, again, like, for the amount of fuel this thing uses, going 2 miles an hour, it's too expensive for the distance travelled. At least with this speed, it's like, and you can see now it's less than 10 litres a minute. It's going to dip back up and that, but when you're just cruising along the road in high gear and you've reached your maximum speed, the fuel per minute absolutely drops like a lot. In the Dolphin, it goes down to like 6-7 litres a minute once you're in high gear and just firing along at full speed. And yeah, this thing just went down, I don't know, well, under 10, it would look around 8, shall we say. Just needs second gear and it gets into high almost every time, better with muds. Yeah, it's first gear, a lot of stuff doesn't really like jumping in high from first. There is the odd rare thing, I have managed it in before, but again, it's pretty rare. I ain't liking this bit. I might have been a bit near to the middle. It's definitely not happy about it. But again, this is a beast. They had a bloody heart attack then. Yeah, it's a bit of an awkward area. It can be anyway. At least there is things to winch to around here. It's just like death mud here. Even the Zix, I believe, gets stuck in this section. Unless you go sort of near the edge. I remember when I first got this map, I think, yeah, Bruce got stuck through there, the Dolphin got stuck through there. Again, I'm pretty sure the Zix did. Or if not, it was going like 0.1 mile, like so slow that I just wouldn't accept it as a speed. Something like a community page thing, set rules, missions, mod, like people. Again, it cuts the words in our hobbies, it really doesn't help like fluently reading him. Or set other roles based on activity on the site. Yeah, I'll have to look into it. Like, again, I don't really know about all that stuff. Yeah, overall, this pace ain't too bad. I would like a bit more oomph in first. But other than that, I mean, it's got plenty of tyres, so usually pretty good with grip. It's a little bit of a narrow truck for its length. I think some custom muds would probably look pretty good on this, to be honest. And again, they'd sit wider, help a little bit with the tippiness. I mean, it probably isn't that narrow of a truck, it's just because of how long it is, it kind of... Bruce does look like he sits quite fat and low and wide. I never get stuck like that with the muds. Maybe, like, it was obviously a mud section. I used the chain because, like, that hill I just went up, I could never get up there in the muds. Yeah, if they made a version of the muds that could climb ice and stuff, then I'd consider using them. Oh yeah. What do we... I only need to drop off everything except one medium pipe. Completely ideal, but I may as well just go and drop this medium pipe off, come back, drop the rest of the stuff off. Again, that's what I do like with high range gear. I knew it was going to do that. I should have gone to the left or right. You always face plant those logs. If you go like hit them at the edge of the road like here, you don't catch like that. Yeah, but at least once you're on a road like this, you can get a bit of speed on the go. And again, like you'll see, if I put it in high gear now, with litres per minute, we're on 6, 7, 9. I'm trying to look at the litres per minute, not the road. If I just drive nice and smoothly on the road, it drops right down. Whereas obviously jumping through the auto gears, we're on like getting on for 30 a minute. I've seen it over 30. It's one of the few trucks that does go over 30 really, the Navistar. It's like the OG fuel drinking beast. Good, to be honest. Grab this ramped flatbed. Is the trailer thing going to be a dick? Yep. Well, like that isn't close enough. I've done right again on that trailer hitch, whatever you call it. Oh yeah, let's poach some fuel. This trailer is just obsessed with making you flip. I'm pretty sure that isn't the winch point I chose, or is it? Oh, have I gone to the actual statue? Yeah, it has, hasn't it? Oh, it probably is the point I chose then. Take it back. Well, at least the engine's still running. That's one nice thing, I suppose, with like the narrow tyres. I'm not really worried if my engine stalls, because I can obviously use the Tiger, etc. Run out of winch points, though. Fine, I was hoping I didn't have to. Just whack it. Doubt it, but no, I can. Embarrass yourself now with that terrible horn. Of course, I've still got to turn round, so bear with me while the trailer tries to repeatedly kill me. But first, a bit of juice.
Trailers can't be this much of an asshole in real life. They just can't. It'd be illegal. I don't even like rules and government and shit, but if I was the government, I would ban this trailer. I'd say it is unfit for purpose and it's a fucking menace. Give me that large pipe. Definitely what she's had. Let's get a bit of daylight. We're away. Isn't it Bruce? Oh god. Not the best horn on it. Like a whoopee cushion that went wrong. Probably not the worst horn in the game though, but it's a bit flat sounding, isn't it? Could do with a bit more oomph. The MHS2 muds and Highgate, oh sorry, it jumped. The muds probably are better in certain situations. Like I said, it's literally like, particularly on this map, there's a lot of icy hills that, yeah, I get the choice. Do I go slower through the mud bits, or do I just get completely stuck trying to get up a hill? I'd rather just... Personally, I only find there's probably like a few % in it between the mud change and the muds. Whereas going up an icy hill, there's kind of like 100% difference in it. But if I only had to go through mud, and I could be arse scrolling through the slow-ass tyre menu, then yeah, I believe I had muds on this. When I first found it in the garage, I just, again, changed for the icy hill reason. Bit of 11 slot action to finish. That's how we like it. It's gonna love me going around this corner in a minute, isn't it? Low range on fucking hell, man. Such a meal of everything every time you try and drive somewhere. Not just this, it's like, give me some engine power, game. How the hell I made it around that corner? I do not know. But I did. It's feel a little bit yeah at the minute though. I don't know if it is because I've got all these trailers. But again, it feels like a slippy clutch is how it translates in my head. Obviously I know that probably isn't even a thing in this game, but it's just how it feels. Get out of it, trailer. That's right, you brought others. Don't need you anymore. A large pipe. Trailer out of the way. Might be in luck. Yes. No. And half the time the remote doesn't work. And then I swear it just double pressed. Trailers become extra sticky and wankery tonight because this thing is fucking obsessed with jumping around like a lunatic. Even worse than normal. Like, front flatbed is notoriously shit, but Christ, tonight it's doing extra special. Just go backwards, man. Christ, like, you have one job. Mean in and of itself, that trailer.
Sure, I just heard an unpacking sound in the distance. That just force OG Loaf to unpack. I'll find out in a minute. Well, that only took bloody ages. What's that? 3 hours for that mission. Probably about another 3 for the others. 27 grand. I mean, it's the best chunk you're probably going to find on this phase. Still pretty tight for 3 hours work. Should have been more like 40, 50 grand, but again, for whatever reason, this phase is a stingy beast, so it's about as good as it's going to get. Oh god, I wish I stopped pressing that horn. It keeps depressing me every time. It's not offering me OG Loaf, so it mustn't be him who's unpacked. He's still on there. Hey up. Oh, as if he heard me, see? That's why he gets other loaf. He gets me. He understands my needs. He just seen it live. He just heard me utter the notion of unpacking, and he unpacked himself. He's been there for weeks, and he just did it. Second perfect timing. Go Loaf. OG Loaf. We'll have a look if there are any other small missions. If not, we'll call it a day. What are these little ones? Well, I don't mind doing something like that. Question is what the... Ah, yeah. Mizix. Works out perfectly. We'll do this mission then. I know it's only a little one. Not what she said, but yeah. Give it a go. Kolob, where are you? Do you know what would be nice as well? If you could change the names of vehicles. Like, for example, I have like Loaf, 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 Loaf. And then Loaf, and Loaf, 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 and Loaf, 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 and so on. If I could change them to like Loaf 1, Loaf 2, it'd help. Because now if I wanted to pick a certain loaf, I've got to go through like every loaf to find the right loaf. Oh yeah, crap. I was supposed to go... Oh where? Switch the club. He's just there. One big thing I do like about the club is how you can pack loaves on the back of it. Even though I don't really need to, don't I? OG Loaf's coming on a journey. Yeah, it's one of the few trucks that without a sideboard it just lets you pack on the back, which I know we were talking earlier about the whole kind of it'll let you pack on any flat surface thing, but there's a lot of trucks that it does not let you. Well, in fact, I can't think of any other truck I've found that will let you pack on the back, or maybe the long nose club. Can't say I specifically remember trying, but I assume it would work the same. But yeah, for whatever reason, it does. Unless you put a goddamn horse on there. Lined up. Victory horn. Club. Pack and pack. See, he's on. He's got his little wooden wedges. He ain't going nowhere. So, even though you can't get a sideboard on the club, so you can't pack cargo, but you see, again, Loaf's goddamn professional. Is that where we're going? We don't need sideboards. You've seen Back to the Future. Back to the Loafy. But yeah, try MHS2 muds on the Paystar. Anyway, it's in high gear, but you'll climb that exact hill no problem. Yeah, like I say, in the right situation and all the rest of it. I did have a trailer full of goods. A goddamn horse. But like I said, Loaf is basically weightless. Unless you need him not to be. Have I got the suspension raised? What we have now. We're getting a few inches just like that. That's what a horse can do for you. You're one of them, like, scientists are furious, but they don't want you to know. Goddamn Loaf. That's what they don't want you to know. not necessarily now, but if you get the chance to try it, yeah, I'll give it a go. Like I say, I'll get around to it at some point. I was planning, because you said it last week, of doing Block Gamma and having the Paystar appear at some point on it. And then yeah, I wasn't planning until like yesterday to do this mission on the live stream. So it was a good job you mentioned it, because I'll be honest, yeah, I forgot. Not got the sharpest memory, not gonna lie. Picks and chooses what it wants to remember. We rarely agree on the same things in terms of priority on what's worth remembering and what's not. I can remember random stuff. Remember watching Button Moon as a kid. God damn, does anyone else remember Button Moon? They were the days. Didn't need Facebook and smartphones when you had Button Moon. Mr. Spoon, what was it, we're off to Button Moon. We're off to see Mr. Spoon, Button Moon. Something like that. Bloody good though. All that's left is Liftoff. Yeah, that's true, and like I said, I kinda want to, apparently that's glitching and not playing like the footage of it lifting off. Considering if you actually add up the, I don't know, 50 hours of missions to get the thing to lift off, I would kind of like to see it. Goddamn horses, just chilling there. They're like the mountain rescue team for this horrific little section. It's actually not that bad. It was more the wee beast. The whole gearbox thing. Oh, if that tree wasn't there, I reckon I could have grabbed the loaf. Look at him go. Do my quick reload thing. Doubt this will work, but just I'll give it a go. I'll be pretty bloody surprised if it does anyway. I probably should have left a bit more slack before I tried driving this way. This is the kind of stuff I just get distracted doing. Time of my life now, I'm trying to get a loaf back on the roof. It's a bit of me, that is. I went a bit that way. Let's go this way, loaf. I think when I sat back down it kind of sat me pretty level. Goddamn professional, like, you never know. I hope if I could just once choose the gear I was supposed to have. From this way. What am I was gonna say? I'm stuck on something. I think it's like a tree. Throwing me around like a good one. See, back in the day, it'd offer me the rear winch point of the club. Whereas now I've got to change to the club. And then do a winch from the back to the back of the loaf. But then now I'm not driving the loaf. Can't do some like reverse boost goodness. And as well, it offer me the front winch points of the loaf, but now I need to go back to the loaf to access the front winch points. Again, I am just messing around. I'm pretty much the Hummer is around the corner. I just wanted to see. Well, I mean, I'd be willing to bet money I could get the loaf on there, but I'll leave it for now because I could easily just burn 20 minutes. Just completely zoned out, like having the time of my life. Panic winch. Got ourselves a horse. Got a panic winch to this tree though. Okay. Goddamn professional. Just setting himself up so he's ready. Ready to be towed. And then some line gear. It's a bit of a iffy section this, but if you can kind of skirt up the edge enough, get that rear axles kind of out of, or half of the side of the axles out of the mud, should be able to tick along at kind of normal speed. It didn't work too well this time, I'll be honest. Oh, then again, I might be losing grip because it's in the high gear. It kind of gives you a, I don't know, I keep saying anti-bonus. What's the opposite of a bonus? I don't know. Sanction? Grip sanction? Doesn't sound right. Should be able to launch. Yeah, I think it has to be done at daytime only. Not sure on that. I must admit, someone a while ago did mention about the do it in daytime, not nighttime. But then I have had quite a few people tell me that it also just, yeah, doesn't work, so... Well, to be honest, I don't really care either way as such, but I would like to see it on video. Since I make videos, it'd be a nice thing to... kind of like the whole point of this phase. Where's that bloody Hummer? There he is. Yeah, I could have done with a loaf on the back actually. I could tow the Hummer. Shovel some work. Right. Pushing the loaf. And try and make the loaf wheelie. Might have to spin it round because yeah, its front bumper's a bit grippy. Right, so might need to pull the collab back this way a little bit. Get up on the corner. Normally, that's why I don't add those... what are they called? Like the arches at the back that are going over the rear wheels. I think sometimes they call them mud flaps on this game. I'd argue they're a little bit more... just a pure mud flap. Not having it, like, it's digging in. So you can ride up stuff like the, goes forward, its wheel would scoop my... Again, now it's driving forward there. If it didn't have those wheel arches or mud flaps, whatever it wants to call them, just the rotation of the wheel would, like, scoop the back of my loaf up. Kind of going a bit. There you go. Oh, don't do it again, really. Gonna do me like that. But yeah, that would have been easier though, if I didn't have the wheel arches. I don't think you have the choice on this truck though to remove them or anything. And again, this is just pure messing around now, but why not? I need to get that one. Of course you do. Oh, fuck it. I'm not even gonna sit there messing around with it. He wants on, it's too late now, Loaf. Time has come and gone. Do I get to keep this Hummer, or... It's weird, in like the base game, quite a lot of vehicles, if I remember correctly, relatively speaking, they kind of let us keep quite a few of them. The last main one I remember was Rift. When they added Rift, they gave us a second Tatran. Ever since then, I think it takes almost all of the trucks off you, or scouts, whatever. Rocket's been on the pad for weeks while I tried to decide on a day or night to launch. Day or night launch. I've heard about the night launch bug, but nothing's. I figure I'll wait until Phase 5 drops. Yeah, like I say, I'm not too sure myself. I mean, if Phase 5 or whatever comes out on the 24th of August, I don't mind waiting another week or two, I suppose, but yeah. It'd just be a bit of a shame, like I said, to do it, and then I just don't even get the footage of it, and then that's it. It'll just never be in a video. It'll just be the one mission that's missing. The main contract, anyway. I just looked, and then I forgot instantly. Which way am I going? So I can't go up that hill, because I haven't got chained, so I'm going to have to go this way. Normally, if I get out of this muddy bit a little bit, Collob's pretty good at dropping it into high gear. Don't know if it will now. And it did. I was going to say, I sort of need to be on that snow to my right. Can't fling a winch out, because I'm winching the Hummer. If the orbit disappears, I guess because you can keep it in Phase 3. True, I'm just, like, for example, on Rift, they gave us a second Tatran, which essentially was just a free 140 grand odd for most people. I kept it, because I get weirdly sentimental about vehicles that I find on the game, but, in theory, I could have sold it. But yeah, no, like you say, a lot of the later games, yeah, they just take it, and I know we already have the vehicles by now, but just for, especially how stingy they are with the money on this phase, it kind of helped top it back up a little bit if they let us cash a few of the vehicles in that we find along the way. Jesus Christ, man, it's taking me as long as bloody block Gamma at this rate. Drop the bloody hammer, will you? Something. I shouldn't think of Colob, it shouldn't matter if I turn the engine on or off on the Hummer. It's just this boggy water, so I need to get onto this snowy bit. I mean, you can literally see it, like how it's coded, just to hold you and make you go very, very slowly. Probably because they don't want the missing rewards to be reasonably good, so we can't sell it. True, maybe. At this point, though, well, I mean, again, I appreciate whoever made that money mod, because, yeah, I've got 122 odd million now. I'm done. Shouldn't. If I need more than that, then god damn it. What have I got? 50 loaves. Could do with some more loaves, to be fair. I'm running pretty low on my little stock blanks in the garage, but 50 loafs have done me well. Well, 50 on this playthrough. I've got another 40 or 50 on the modded playthrough, and another, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 on my third playthrough. And again, like I said, if I look in the menu now, by far the most be loaf, 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 loaf. Like what, 10 or 15 loafs? And, by the way, oh no, they probably would show up. Oh, I don't know. I was going to say, the ones that are packed on vehicles, I think they might show up in the menu though, actually. I think it's just you can't select it. Oh God, and then this way I've got to go up this bloody hill. So you're telling me then? So there's this hill, well there's that hill, and you need change for both of them, really. You could probably wing it. I'm surprised they kind of made both routes like that. Well, am I surprised? No. It shouldn't be anymore anyway. It does feel like typical dev behaviour at this point. Blag it on the road. Like I said, if you can get a bit of a run up, kind of maintain your speed. If I hit a rock or anything, it's probably going to be game over. That's not bad though. Pretty successful. Why not a bit of speed? What's the point of all the loafs? Because it's goddamn professional. I mean, even tonight, I've used it multiple times for fuel and all sorts. I was just messing around with this club. I didn't really need loafs just to do this little mission, but yeah, fuel, repair points, general sense of being a goddamn professional, all kinds of things. That's what a loaf can do for you. Only one of them trapped. Not sure what you mean, that one, dude. Messages I send in early. Oh, I meant you can climb there if you stay in Highgate. Yeah, like you say, if you get a run up, you can sort of wing it on some places. That, where is it? There. Not to say you wouldn't get up there without chained, because it's bumpy and everything there. It'd be a lot harder to wing it because you've only got to get one awkward bounce and it'll just cut all your speed. At least that hill is like just a pure straight hill. Gets obviously a little bit rocky at the top, but I drove through there earlier and kind of budged a few rocks out of the way, so I had a pretty nice clean run. Hate missing the little waypoints. As it's the last one, it don't really matter. I was seriously tempted to just go cutting across that snow just to get it. There's a loaf on every map and then some, exactly, about 10 or 20 loafs on every map. Like I said, I'm running low. Well, I got 50 loafs and I ain't got that many left in the garage. I did have like another 10 blanks. Was it last week or the week before? But I think they've nearly all gone now. It's too useful, that's the problem. £3,000, that's not bad considering how quick that mission could be. I would have been better off bringing something quicker than the club. That's actually reasonably reasonable. Again, if I'd kept the Hummer and was able to sell that. It even took it, like makes it vanish so I can't even snatch and run. Is that a trailer? Scout trailer. It is. I'll poach that with a loaf at some point. Yeah, I'll probably call it a day there, I reckon. It's a pretty successful night though. I've got the main one done now, Block Gamma, so yeah, there's only, I don't think Liftoff, no it's not in that one, is it? It's in this one, I think, yeah. So what's this? I'm not going to do these now, but Evacuation Point, Rescue a Loaf. That's a goddamn insult. Lift off is obviously that. Deliver, oh yeah, some login missions. I quite like the login missions, to be honest. Login, 6 in a row. The only thing I don't like about that mission being 6 medium logs is the railway, so it's where I built the medium pipes, etc. It's that warehouse in the corner. I can get the medium logs from there, but again, without mods, I can only have one lot of medium logs on a trailer. There's no vehicle other than the Cat 745C, but then I can't have a trailer on that, so it's irrelevant. Yeah, 6 trips just there and back is too much. Like, if there was a truck, like if the Dolphin could and should, and the Paystar be a prime example, that's clearly got a long enough chassis, have the medium log carriage thing on the back, and then a log trailer, at least then. And then I could also do a road train, and then I could do 4 lots of medium logs in one run, and then just send one half of the road train back, which wouldn't be too bad then, because one run with a road train and one run without a road train, that would work out quite nicely. So I don't know with that mission. It's rare, but I might turn mods on and just have a medium log thing that I can put on the back of like the Dolphin or whatever to do that mission. And then Richter scale, that's driving around scanning. I don't like those scanning missions that much, to be honest. I might make a video on it, but I'm not. I might just do it one night and get it out of the way. And then what have I got? Anything left in here? Winter reserves. Oh, more logging. All on Chinokaments as well, which is probably pretty good because I do quite like this map, to be fair. Quite, yeah, 4 long logs. It's going to be a beast. It's not that far, though. So 2 trips with a road train. Yeah, not too bad. John McIver, hey, sweet, glad I caught the stream. Hope all is well. Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Like I said, it hurt me neck a little bit. Well, I think it's more a trapped nerve than my neck. It does it on the most stupid things. Like I said, I've been cleaning and tidying and moving stuff around the house and all sorts. Kind of piling a load of stuff into the spare bedroom. And I'm fine. And then today, like when I'm in bed, my cat just kind of stands on me. So when I was leaning like on my left, he just kind of stands... yeah, on me when I'm under the blanket. So he was standing on my right arm, so I just kind of reached my left arm up over me to stroke him. And I just felt it, like, every now and then it's just... it doesn't hurt instantly, you just feel this little thing in the back of my neck, and then it's like, oh, crap. And about 3 hours later it'll start hurting, kind of, yeah. I don't know if it is a trapped nerve, but... it doesn't really feel like a pulled muscle. And the worst thing is, it, like... you get a bit of neck ache, but it almost makes you feel like you have the symptoms of you getting a cold. Like, I've got a bit of neck ache, a bit of backache, a bit of eye ache, a bit of earache, a bit of headache. Feel a little bit ill, but not anything in particular. It just makes you feel a little bit crap. But yeah, thanks anyway, though. I'm not doing too bad, all things considered. So yeah, nice, we'll look for that. Yeah, I'll get onto those missions pretty soon. Like, there probably will be. I've still got things that I want to get sorted around the house. It's just one of them where, as there's a little bit of a down patch... sorry, take one sec, I've got a cough because I'll mute them. That's better. Sound like a wheezing mess. Yeah, there will still be a few days and stuff I'll probably just skip a video because as it's a bit of a quiet period before Phase 5 comes out, and yeah, as I've kind of... it'd be nice if I get everything sorted in my house, just ready before Phase 5, and then at least it's all tidy again, because I suppose since they did that COVID lockdown, I just kind of... that's around the time this game came out, started making videos, ended up making like video every day, and then I just kind of like, between the COVID lockdown and everything, just kind of got my head down, stuck into these videos and all the rest of it, and then yeah, a year later it's like, bloody hell, I need to go around and and sort things, look through things, see what I've got, what I've not got. Like I said, turns out the cat owns far too many empty cardboard boxes. Goddamn maniac. Sounds more like a minor virus. I think it's done it before where I just had that same feeling in my neck. Like last time I did it, I was putting a shirt on. Like it can be the stupidest little thing that can trigger it, but then a couple of days before I could be lifting, I don't know, a bedside table up the stairs and all sorts of, you know, just awkward stuff. Like, it's not like, I don't know, I don't think exercise, for example, I don't think could help it, because it's not something where it's like, oh, the muscle. I just think it is a trapped nerve. And yeah, like I said, it just makes me feel ill is the best way to describe it. I can see something with a short log trailer and a medium thing. Is that you can have like short logs on a truck and tow a medium log trailer, which did help me on one of the missions where I needed small and medium. But yeah, obviously like that mission with just 6 pure medium, I'm gonna have to do, like, in theory, a road train there and back 3 times, which is just a little bit boring, particularly by the 3rd time. I don't mind 2 trips max, but the 3rd time you're going back is now just you treading the exact same ground. Yeah, just for the hell of it, really. Pandemic equals blur. Yeah, exactly. That's what kind of happened. Like, obviously, my house, I was tidying up on like a day-to-day basis. There wasn't like cups and plates sat everywhere. It was just, yeah, because I'm busy making videos, I'd get something and it's like, oh, I'll just stick that cardboard box, I don't know, down here for now because the cat will jump in it and that'll shut him up for 5 minutes or whatever. And I'll just stick this in the corner of my bedroom out the way. And just, yeah, a year later I was like, bloody hell, I've got shit all over the place that I just need to go through and sort it out and chuck some things and all sorts. So that's what I've been doing. Only took 30, how old am I? 32, I think. Probably. Only took 32 years, and the need to go through some stuff to like audit what I have and what I don't have. Like I said, the cat honestly has more stuff than me. Don't really notice the weight of short logs in the add-on. Paystar certainly doesn't. The log crane doesn't affect power. Yeah, the short logs are alright. I remember when I was towing them around, they don't really slow you down too much. They probably got them about right, to be fair. There are other mod trailers that can take 4 short logs or 2 long logs. Yeah, exactly, which, like I said, in theory, I don't want to use mods on this playthrough. For 2 reasons. One, I wanted to complete the game as intended, but the other reason was, I'd say less so these days, but when the mods first come out, it was wrecking some people's save files, so I didn't want to risk just this entire save file. But yeah, I might add a mod just to add the medium log carriage to some trucks, because like I said, that I don't really mind. I think, especially by now, the devs should just add that in anyway. It should at least be on some of the trucks. Like I said, Bruce, Dolphin, the Paystar, I think all 3 of them could easily fit a login cradle carriage thing, whatever they call it in this game, on the back of it. Don't forget Kitty reveal. I will. We'll whip him out one day. Like I said, I'll need to. I haven't even got a webcam thing or anything to do any of that. So, excuse me. I'll have to. Yeah, get all that sorted. But we'll get him. We'll get him on there. Like I said, it'd be funny because he won't know he's on camera. It's like the first time anyone would have seen him acting normal. Because yeah, if anyone comes around my house, even my mum, that he's known for 4 years, he just won't go near her. He won't go near anyone. Hisses at my brother. Funny thing is, Adam particularly, we don't look the same. If you'd never met us, you'd probably say we look roughly similar. Funnily enough, even though we're technically half brothers, we look more similar than him and Dave, even though they're full brothers. But yeah, I think it's that Adam sounds quite a lot like me. We like lived together for bloody years doing landscape gardening, lived in the caravan for years. We just talk the same. I think it freaks my cat out because he kind of hears him talk, but then looks at him and it's like, what the hell? Funny enough, it's the same with my Adam's kid. He got a son, and he just at first gives me this really weird look because I sound like Adam, and then he just looks at me like, what the hell? Starts freaking out because I'm not. I loaded a semi-trailer with all the logs from the closest log yard to save time. I was considering doing that, and I might do that with the mission. I certainly did it on a lot of the missions on Phase 3. Yeah. Again, it's an option. I might do that. What was it? 6 medium logs. So I'd have to grab... Is it 18, I think? It's 3 in it each package of logs. So yeah, 18 logs. They'd probably fit, to be honest, I suppose. Quite a lot of logs just to keep loading and unloading. More because I don't like the log crane. If it had the Mustang mod log crane, that option would be more enticing. Bruce is great, but he's kind of an extreme version of the low-hanging chin, and it's got the advanced special, whereas I like getting my foot down a bit. I don't know if you guys can still hear me, but it literally just brought a message up saying the internet connection quality is currently not sufficient to broadcast gameplay. So that's definitely a time to call it a day. I've never ever seen that message before, so I don't know what that's all about. Yeah, I'll probably say goodbye then before the internet just decides to cut me off entirely. Yeah, thanks everyone though for joining us tonight. It's been pretty good. Glad I got that mission done anyway. That's one in the bag. Yeah. Thanks a lot, and I'll be back soon. Lucian St. Clair, bye dude. Aussie Man, goodbye. Justin Lynch, see you later, mate. Tim Lamb, it went down for a bit. Oh, it did. CR, see you dude. And we're off, I can't.